Okay.
Good to go.
So it's been a minute since we last
Hasn't
got
ever.
together. But last session, you guys ended up cleaning out or finishing up, or as far as you were able to continue with it, the hag and the orphanage's kind of ailments with that associated hag. You ended up following it and fighting it, kind of not really fighting it, but just kind of chasing it outside of the goddess of life's temple, where it was then transformed in the middle of the street and then apprehended by the city guard, to which you followed it to the city's keep, um, where you were then able to interview and question said hag, where she was fairly content with the work that she had done, and was seemingly set in now being executed, and was kind of happy with the work that she had done. But after that, you guys then went over to the house of knowledge, where you then found
What house?
Bhavana, one of the Ivandil twins. No, sorry, not Ivandil.
Ivandil was the
Bravana was
sorry,
the
Galati,
Galati. Yeah.
Galati, one of the Galati twins, where you questioned him about some of the gods and their backstory a little bit to gain a little bit more information about some of the recent happenings that you've been coming across. But we pick up this episode with you guys leaving the house of knowledge.
Wow, I feel like I learned so much, and it's still fresh on my mind. Not at all jarring. So, what time is it outside? Do we have kind of a rough idea?
I'm pretty sure it'd be late to late afternoon to early evening at this point.
Okay.
Because it was pretty early when you guys forced the hag out of the temple and then followed her to the keep. So yeah, at this point it's probably late afternoon, probably early evening at this point.
Well, do you think Elric would mind us staying another evening in his house?
I don't think so.
I'm not going to tell him.
Nah, yeah. I mean,
I probably will first thing.
that's fair.
Not
surprised.
I was wondering where all your stitches came from.
Mm-hmm. I'm very very truthful and honest. I don't know. I'm just I'm a bit mentally exhausted from a little mentally exhausted from our hag interrogation. I'm not quite sure how to process all that.
No, that's fair.
Do we have anything else we needed to do in town?
I'm trying to think.
I'm just checking my notes.
Yeah, I'm just literally just getting myself. Tonk's just like rummaging through everything, trying to get
bag of holding,
trying to find stuff like. Oh, there it is. No, we're good.
Yeah.
To be honest, I kind of just want to get on the road as soon as we can. I almost feel like we leave
on the road again
tonight.
I don't have any reason to stay in town. I mean, if we feel like we could get some time in travel tonight, then
what time? Not exactly, but like, is it dusk? Is it like late afternoon?
It's early evening.
Early evening, right? Okay, so it's dark. Like it's
yes.
Okay. I mean, we're not going to get far before we need to make camp anyway, so we might as well spend the night. here and then get a good rest rather than, it's always, I never sleep properly
Looking over our
on
shoulders,
the road.
essentially.
Yeah, I feel like get a good rest tonight and then and head out. Although part of me feels like we should head out before something else bad happens here.
Yeah.
I think we've taken responsibility for enough.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Agreed.
More than enough.
All right. Well, let's go, Eric's. We'll rest and then I don't know, try and get up as early as we can and get going.
Sounds good to me.
Unless anyone else has any other ideas.
Very well.
Well, after my meditation, I can be your wake-up call. Bright and early.
Let's do that. Before bright, if we can, preferably.
Yeah, bright and early. I don't know. Let's say 11 o'clock.
Dim and early.
Well, very well. So the three of you head over to Elric's abode and settle in for the night. It gets to about early morning, and Kira, you notice first, you hear a knock at the door.
So no one's up yet.
No one. You would be the only one that would be up at this point after just your brief meditation. But no, Tonkin, Ayla would still be asleep.
Yeah, there would have to be a hurricane at
Your-
the door
yeah,
for
your
my passive
assumption's not
perception
high
to
enough
be.
to hear.
I have 14. Would a knock have woken me up?
Unlikely.
Okay.
You need a 16 to get above your snoring.
This was not like a massive bang at the door. This was a gentle knock at the door.
Is there any way that I can see who's at the door without answering the door? Any window? Any kind of...
How I'm picturing Elric's house is sort of like an above stairs loft that you kind of have to kind of walk around a building and kind of up a stairs to some little
Like
top
above
of building
some sort of
area.
shop.
So I would actually say there isn't to being able to see the front door.
Okay.
Or without knowing his house well enough, no.
Okay. Fair. I'll walk to the front door.
Elric, the type of guy to have people somewhere.
And just like
Or in a
almost
secret.
like putting on a voice a little bit, just be like, yes.
You hear a response. Are you? Is this? I believe Kira Tonk or Ayala?
It's not talk. Do you know how the 90s, like we open the door and the chain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't. I'll open the door just a sliver like that, and just kind of like with my eye through and be like, "I'm sorry, who's asking?"
As you peek through, what you see is a human male, young, not necessarily crazy young, general looking, nothing assuming about him. Kind of sees the door open and kind of leans over. I've been sent by the House of Knowledge. Bhavana Galadi has requested you. He did want to chase after you yesterday evening before you left, but he was called away briefly. Would we be able to speak for a moment?
You and I.
All of you, if you are all available, but I understand it is quite early in the morning, but I got here as soon as I could.
The Yes, I can appreciate that. The others are resting, and we plan to travel tomorrow. So I think if they don't need to be awake, I'd rather keep them, let them rest, and I can fill them in if I feel like they do need to be present. I can speak for now, I think.
Well, and he kind of gives a quick look around to see if anyone's looking. Well, Master Bavana told me that the
I
three
cut
of
him
you.
off and open the door. I'm like, would this be a conversation better had inside?
Oh, yes, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And he would step inside. He would remove his hood. Um, you don't recognize him, but he does have similar, from what you can see under his cloak that he has over. The clothes that he's wearing look similar to some of the clerics and the other studious people that work at the House of Knowledge. Um, but he steps inside and yes, thank you. Um, uh, he closes the door behind him and well, as I was saying, the Master Bavana told me that the three of you were asking about the gods and their past history, in particular, Gazgul, um, and he he wasn't sure whether it was the right thing to do at the time, but it would appear that he's had a change of mind and he's actually requesting your help with something the house has not necessarily told the city or the Lord's Alliance just yet. Um, a few weeks ago, we had a couple of other scholars researching similar studies that you were uh, questioning yesterday, and they were studying in the understudy. Uh, now we the understudy is a magical place, and you have not everyone is allowed to go down there. And Rita and Adolf, uh, they stumbled across something that they weren't probably meant to, um, and they were transformed into something that we aren't quite sure what they are. The other masters were able to seal the understudy and stop them from being able to escape. But we haven't been able to get down there since they transformed. The
They
attempts
turned
that we
hostile.
yes, they lost uh, all peace of mind and all presence of what they were. They are no longer themselves at all, and they are extremely hostile. Yes.
Do they still look like themselves, or they
No,
transformed physically as well?
they transformed physically. Yes, they've turned into sort of, I want to say ghosts, but they're more fiendish than that. They they truly give off an evil aura. Um, the Bavana and Ivandil are doing their best to try and work out what they've transformed into, and the best that they can work out is that they've turned into something called an Alip. Um, as far as that they were able to find out is that they stumbled across some sort of cursed text, and upon reading that text, it transformed them into those creatures as a way of keeping it protected. The knowledge that they found, um, but Master Bhavana requested that if you are if you would do this favor for the house, we would try to do our best to find any sort of information that you are seeking, and offer it. But we do need someone to help, and as far as I'm aware, you are capable at possibly being able to handle this.
I mean, I certainly can't speak for the whole party. We do have our own things to attend to, and we wanted to leave quite early today to do so. But I think that the others would be interested in recruiting the help that you're offering as well. This understudy, you said it was a magical place. Is that in terms of the research that's done there? Like, is it a magic? Is it a protection kind of magic? Is it like, what would we have to? What are we walking into?
It's all of the above. The understudy is, as you can understand, without revealing too much, it is the area we keep our most precious tomes and scrolls and knowledge about the world's history. It is where we secure our magical artifacts that scholars and mages of the House of Knowledge, and their equipment. Fortunately, large portions of it are secure, and can only be retrieved with certain magical incantations. So we are confident that these two creatures are not in possession of those magical artifacts and such, but as you can understand, there is a fair amount of concern that them being down there for too long allows them access to certain things that we would rather them not have access to.
Understandable. And it's not an environment that's going to interfere with, if we were to go down there. It's not something we'd need to be concerned with.
No,
would it affect us in any way?
It is truly just an area beneath the House of Knowledge, where we store those things. But it was easily securable, which is why we put those down there. And it would appear that Rita and Adolf were able to had access to that area, and found something that they were not meant to find.
And just so I'm clear as well, you're asking us to subdue them?
If possible. The masters are still trying to ascertain if there is a way that they can revert their change of form, or if they're able to be brought back to who they once were. But people have already been injured, and fortunately no one has been killed just yet. But we understand that whatever they've been turned into are not is not something so easily subdued.
Well, and how long has it been since the other guys kind of
we would
went
be
ham?
approaching a couple of weeks. It'd be about a week and a half.
Oh, no, this is a DM question, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
The Tonkin AL, how long have they been asleep for?
You'd be right on the edge of a long rest.
Okay, yeah, cool. And sorry, what were you answering just then? Is
how long they've been down there or transformed for?
You said a couple of weeks?
Yeah, coming up to a couple. It's like a week and a half.
Fuck. Oh, okay. Jesus. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, they tried to obviously
take care of it
themselves, keep it under wraps.
Yeah, they tried to take care of it themselves. Okay. It would appear unsuccessful.
Okay. Good to know. All right. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
My name is Garidi.
Sorry, I asked. How do you spell that?
How do you spell that?
Gariri.
Gariri.
It's like my real name. Fucking key that in. Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
All right, Gary. Leave it with. That's right.
Never been called that name before.
Male Gale.
I do believe my friends that they should be waking soon. We've had quite a eventful number of days here and trying to help out as we do like to. As I said, we do wish to be off, but I am interested in helping, and I think the others would be open to the help that you are offering if we help as well. So yes, they will rise soon, and I'll catch them up. And if whether or not we're going to help out, we will come past the House of Knowledge, and we will let you know within the next maybe 2 hours. I know this is well, it's been 9-10 days already, but I'd like to let them rest, and we will come and let you know if they're open to helping.
I thank you. The only other thing Master Bavana asked is that you come through the back entrance of the House of Knowledge, as to access the understudy. It is not accessible from the main hall. I will be waiting just outside, so you should see me as you approach.
Yes, right. I'll let the others know to approach from the rear, and I guess we'll.
I tried to. Yeah.
I know you tried.
Everyone takes 2 psychic damage.
Sorry, it's neutral chaos. Yes, we'll see you soon.
Thank you. And he'll open the door and let himself out.
Slams it. I think they're awake. You fuck.
Do you let Tonkin Ayala rest just for a couple more hours?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So a couple more.
Tonk.
Yeah, a couple more hours pass, and then you guys all receive your long rest. Obviously, Kira, you received yours a few hours ago, but you awaken, and it is quite early in the morning, being that you probably wanted to get an early jump on the day anyway. So it's probably around sunrise, maybe just before, by the time you awake.
Well, I'll just relay that we had a visitor not too long ago from the House of Knowledge, Gariri, and Rita Aduf, understudy, about 9 days ago. I'll mention that they kind of postulating that they turned into some creature called Alip.
Alip.
Alip, RP. Alip. And
ALLIP.
And then just kind of, ask the group if this is anything that rings a bell for them, and even myself.
That's a good point. Yeah, does an Alip ring any bells?
It would only probably maybe slightly make sense to you, Tonk. Mostly because you're probably the most studious out of the three of you.
Could
and
you?
you would just maybe recognize not necessarily what it is, but some like a creature turning into something else due to some sort of curse is not uncommon.
Point of, I guess, order for me in choosing spells each morning. Do I choose them before I then what's the term in when do I choose said spells for that day? Like, will I choose them prior, as soon as I
what's
get
the
up?
implied
Will I choose them over breakfast?
So I think
flicking through?
Because that obviously would depend on what I would take for the day.
Yeah, so I think if you're talking like purely in game, as far as I understand it, you would do it through your prayers to your
Right.
deity.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it's done, and would done at kind of the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
As for picking them, you just pick.
No,
Yeah,
I know
Oh,
physically
you're
how
saying-
to
yes,
pick them.
sorry, yes,
You
it's
don't,
done.
you
It's
don't,
done.
you don't want to metagame.
It's
and-
done
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
not-
beginning of the day.
I'm not trying to metagame here. Would I have? I guess
Oh,
the
would
question
you
is,
have
would I have picked
Kira
them
before
prior to coming down speaking to Kira about what we're doing, or post speaking to Kira?
It depend on you.
I think
whether
it's
or
all
not you-
happening in around a relevant time, to be honest. So I think, that conversation could well have taken place before you
Okay.
did your.
So I was going to
Okay.
say, yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah, I
very
wouldn't-
timely what we're doing, and I probably it's not such a casual start to the day, and I probably would have been pretty attentive when they get up to kind of go to them straight away to tell
Yeah.
them and stuff. So
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I think it's absolutely an option of you doing that.
I wanted to make sure because it's obviously it's if
No,
I
no.
can, and I will, but I want to
You
double check that I'm not.
justified your metagame. It's fine.
Fuck it. But yeah, just kind of reiterate that they want them subdued, and obviously not the literally what else is going to fucking go wrong before we leave this place. But they are offering help with we've already gone to them twice, maybe 3 times now, for information of stuff that we need. So they've already proven themselves to be quite resourceful, and this will and that was just them freely giving information. Like, imagine they owe us.
Yeah.
So I think it's not ideal for what our plans were, but I think it can be quite beneficial. It has, and I'm for it. I'm for it.
Phil, can I see the bag of holding, please? And I'll rummage through until I find an ivory card.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Take it out. Do you mind if I keep this with me?
No, go for it.
I have a little bit of interest in it. And I kind of wanted to learn a little more about it, if that's all right.
Absolutely. No, go for it. That's fine.
Then I'll give you back the bag of holding. Yeah, I mean, we're good at helping people, and I think that there's, I mean, the
It's
upside,
unfortunate that we've proven ourselves to be quite worthy.
yeah,
Knowing.
the upside outweighs the downside. So I think that
Agreed.
I hope that Elric is okay,
Me
but
3.
I think that he's quite capable, and maybe can wait another day.
I imagine this would take
Maybe half a day. I
very
can't
long.
imagine this is going to take. We should be able to leave town,
Bro,
by the end of the day.
Honestly, though, like, I don't want to sound like the weird mom over here, but like, we've already had our expectations subverted. Dude, we just went to check on a couple little kids at an orphanage.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took us a day and a half to get out of that mess. That's true.
So, but yeah, I think I'm ready and willing to help.
Very good.
Yeah.
So after just taking a little while to kind of prepare yourselves and do whatever you need to, you make your way
Rest.
back over to the House of Knowledge, and instead of kind of approaching the way you usually do, you go the way as
Say it.
directed.
Say it.
Um, go the way as directed by
Do
Gariri.
it.
And you do see he does not have his cloak on anymore as the day has started, and he's in an area that I suppose he normally would be. But you do see him waiting outside the back of the House of Knowledge.
Bavarian or
No, Gariri.
Bavana.
Gariri, okay.
As he sees you approaching, he kind of gestures for you to make your way over, and actually opens the door for you and leads you inside the House of Knowledge. Thank you for coming again. Master Bavana is actually inside. I'll bring you to him before you do anything else, and he'll be able to give you some more information. And he leads you inside, and this is almost kind of seeing behind the curtain a little bit for the House of Knowledge. There's a lot more people, not necessarily in the main hall area. Sorry, there's a lot less people in the main hall area compared to where you're walking now, where there are where you are currently 20 to 30 scholars, acolytes walking around and doing various forms of study and other things. This would appear to be the inner workings more of the House of Knowledge.
Are they all in uniform?
They are all in uniform. Yeah, this uniform is like a white collared
of
shirt
knowledge.
and has purple inlay interior that runs down the center of their shirt, and they're all they all have kind of little knickknacks on their belt and sides that they use for whatever their particular form of study is, or something like that. But yeah, they're all in uniform and they're all busy doing kind of their own thing. Gariri leads you further in, and then takes you down one set of stairs to more of like a corridor with different offices and rooms, and leads you into one of them. Knocks on the door, and you hear from the other side, "Come in." And he opens the door, and you see Bavana sitting at one of the many desks in this room. You can see there's probably about 3 or 4 different desks, all with different studies and things happening on them. And Bavana sits up from his seat and gestures you in. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you, Gariri. I will take it from here. And he kind of nods and takes a step out of the room. I am sorry to call you back after leaving yesterday, but we, my brother and I, and some of the other masters here, we're not sure whether we wanted to include you in this or not, but we decided that we needed some outside help here. As I understand, Gariri has briefly explained what has happened, but to give you some more insight into the situation we are currently dealing with is Rita and Adolf were doing some extra some requested study at the behest of my brother. Your questions about the gods, and particularly Gazgul, came at a curious time, because it was a few weeks ago when my brother requested that Adolf and Rita go down into the understudy and see if they can find any information about Gazgul's early uh, entry into deitism. Not much is known about how he came to become a god, but Ivandil was sure that we had some knowledge about his entry into godhood, and he requested that that they find what they could. And it would appear that they found some cursed text relating to that information. And upon reading and transcribing it, they transformed into what we now know as an Alip, of which we know that they are a creature born of cursed knowledge, which results in the emergence of a creature called an Alip. Apparently, they can range in different forms, being physical and demon-like to ethereal and wispy. Much, and the latter is what it would appear is what they have. They have emerged as. Unfortunately, we are not sure if they can be cured. Tonk, I'm aware that you are a cleric, and if it is possible, I do request that to see if you can save them. We understand if it is not possible, though. Some things are just beyond the
Yeah.
realm of magic.
I mean,
I don't want to sound grim, but don't get your hopes up. Like, we're quite good at kind of a singular thing.
well, no, like, yes, but we are good at other things too. I would say,
Whatever's fastest.
I would ask, what's been
I'm
done?
gonna look at my spear and be like confused.
Yeah.
Curing
What-
spear.
what's been tried?
Um,
Kira
well-
mentioned that was it Gariri had said that you've been trying to work on the situation over the last week and a half. What's been tried and what's been happening?
Well, when it originally happened, we managed to seal the understudy to stop their escape, as we were able to work out that they are part ethereal and are able to move through objects. So we wanted to make sure that we were able to fully seal. Thankfully, the understudy has a magical aura already around it, and made it quite easy to stop their movement through and out of the understudy, and further the House of Knowledge. But we did attempt a few times to stop them ourselves, but we decided that it should be left to the House of Knowledge to fix this problem, and did not involve the city or the keep, or the Lord's Alliance for that matter, because you can see a kind of questionable look comes over. We do not fully like to be involved with the Lord's Alliance, and we would prefer, if we had to choose who we owe a favor to, we would not choose them. But our attempts to stop their rampage of sorts were unsuccessful. We had a few injuries come back. We do know that they have some sort of vocal attack of some sort. As the when we did enter the understudy, they attacked us from afar. But beyond that, we are not the most favored in the combat arts, I would say.
Sure.
Has anything
Well-
like this happened before?
This is the first time something like this has happened, and to be honest, we are questioning how this piece of text has gone unnoticed for so long.
Hmm.
You don't suspect Rita and Adolf for this, do you? Like no ill intent.
To be honest, I can't be 100% no.
With the fact that the that the text was cursed, in your opinion, do you think that implies something that someone has tried to protect, keep from someone from reading, something maybe important?
We do believe, yes, that the text contains some sort of information about Gazgul's early entry into godhood, and we do believe that it could be quite important.
Did Evandil tell you the name of the text?
He did not know.
Can
We
you
are
please-
actually, we actually are not sure what the text is called.
Okay.
We were not aware that something like that was down there. Evander was only confident that, if anything, that would be the area where
To look. Right.
to look. But beyond that, we are not sure what the text was.
Where is Ivan?
He is working with some of the other masters to try and, I suppose, work out a way forward. As you can imagine, he is quite clouded on his judgment after he is the one who directed them down there.
I'm sorry,
Is
we
this-
just woke up.
It's just yeah.
Ah,
Is this part of the reason that the House of Knowledge is being closed, or has it just been and you played it off as the orc, and like the impending orc invasion, or
It was an opportunity to work one in with the
Hmm.
other.
very clever? Well, if you'd like to see, if you could see us to where you would like this help, let's get the show on the road.
Very well. And the
Unless anyone else has got any other questions.
so Bhavana, he leads you back out into the corridor, and it takes you kind of down a series of corridors. The House of Knowledge is a huge building, much larger than the areas that you had previously been in. And upon kind of working your way through a few different corridors, it comes down to kind of like a large rounding staircase, and down to a large set of doors. And you can see in front of that door there is a shimmering kind of almost arcane lock on this front door. And before doing anything, he steps up and, I'm sure you understand, but we have to lock the doors after you enter, not just for our sake, but for the city's sake as well.
What shall be our signal for us to come out?
There's a small look of confusion. You can just knock.
Okay.
The Alps are not of a physical nature and are not able to actually knock on the door.
Okay.
Sorry, I got myself for that one.
I didn't hear what you said. It like half cut out.
I was like, let us out, fucker!
Open the fucking door.
But Bhavana
Wow.
turns around and mutters an incantation, and kind of you see this arcane shimmer kind of
Oh,
drop
here we go.
for a moment, and he says, "I'll be here when if you come out." I'm sorry to say.
When the night closes in.
We enter the dungeon, walking into the golden aura. Easy.
Um,
Ash to summer.
but you open the large double doors and enter into a dark, barely lit library.
It's
I'd
pronounced
like
library.
to, as we library.
Library, yes.
Library. I'd like to cast daylight on my staff, please.
Sure. No problem. Is that a 60-foot radius?
60-foot radius. Non-concentration duration for an hour.
Cool.
As soon as that happens, oh god, my eyes had just adjusted to the darkness.
It burns.
It's the guy who shines a flashlight.
Wait, you guys can see what I'm looking at, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Who you're looking at?
in the roll 20.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But basically, so what you see in front of you is a plethora of bookshelves, and it is a 2-tiered library. This kind of, you can see like the almost golden barrier between like the lower level and the upper level, and you can see the ladders that lead into the upper section
Yeah.
on either side here.
Barely. I need my HP updated.
What is it?
So Derek's 35.
Yep.
I've kind of put him up. Looks like he's got temporary HP. Almost.
Yep. And what's yours?
I'm 51.
Cool.
I just
Are you? Is the other ones all right? 55 and no, then you'd be outdated as well. Okay. What was yours, Tom?
I adjusted mine.
I've updated mine. I'm all good.
It's 45.
It is 45.
Okay, cool. Okay. I've just put you in that order. I don't need it. It doesn't have to be correct. But
Yeah, seems about right.
I think Tom could be probably leading.
sure.
Dark, scary tome area is probably my domain.
Yeah.
Sure.
Especially since you cast daylight. You're leading the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bright in here now.
Mhm.
So I guess we'll just keep moving up. I guess I'll move up to here.
Cool.
Rita?
Is it Rita or Frida?
Reader.
Rita, okay. Sorry, Kira's not a very good listener.
Excuse me?
You definitely said Frida.
I did not.
You did too.
I wrote down Rita and a doof. A doof doof.
How do you spell a doof, by the way? Is it ADOOF?
No, ADUOULF.
Dolph.
A doof.
A dolph.
A doof.
So
I definitely heard it as a doof.
Frito and Doof.
A doof.
A douche.
Frida and a doof. His name is Randy.
as you start to make your way forward, I'd like you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
All of us.
I am too because it's funny.
Sure.
Still looking at your spear like, can it cure things?
I rolled
Not
a
bad.
natural one.
Wow.
17 for me.
From,
Samesies.
Nice.
And you said natural 1 for you, Crub?
Not great for
for a
Kira.
-2.
You have a -3 on your perception.
Nice.
Oh no, I'm sorry, -1.
Okay. I was going to say.
Cool. You don't see anything, but you do hear Tonk and Kiro.
Mhm.
You hear the sound of whooshing, like an open draft.
Whooshing, an open draft. Do we?
Somebody-
Can I move in that direction?
It is directly ahead of you.
Okay. I'm going to continue moving in that direction.
They left
On the
the
right hand
window
side of this
open.
bookcase.
Yep.
As we're
As
underground.
you get to that point, what you see are two
I'm staying right behind him.
creatures circling a pile of books and scrolls.
Oh, they're just mega
These
fucking.
Oh yeah, I can see that now.
these creatures are probably 6 foot in height. They have a general humanoid appearance of like arms, legs, torso, head,
Yeah.
but surrounding them looks like kind of ribbons of black smoke and other things like surrounding them. They have a like skeleton deformed head, and these things are flying, hovering around this pile of books. To
Think
give you an
I'm-
idea,
I was gonna say I'm picturing like a Death Eater in their flying form.
partially, but they're more arm and leggy.
More
That
arm
is
and
what they
They're
look
just
like
all cloak.
in D&D Private.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. That's cool, man.
Where am I?
Wow.
Typically private.
You guys want a
That's
hug?
dope.
Ooh, what the fuck?
You guys want a hug?
I found a sick website for tokens, and they're all like cute cartoon characters. So I'm using those from now on.
Cute. Look
Oh,
at them.
So when you
Little
get killed by a
Gengars.
level 20 dragon, it's going to be a cute level 20
A
dragon.
cute little level 20 dragon. And then if we get died of these things, it's going to be cute little Gengar.
Yep.
Little on fire Gengar.
But
Saying
as
Gengar.
you approach and the daylight from your staff is emitting, and you kind of approach that mound of books, they stop their circling and like whooshing around and kind of stop still and just look at you, not say anything. They just look at you.
Reader,
Frida?
Adolf.
I do.
We're not here to hurt you. We're just here to
I'll look over at Ayala.
find out what's going on.
Marty like bloodlust.
There's no response.
I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm gonna keep
They have
stepping up.
mouths.
As I step up, can I don't know whether it counts in the original perception check or whether I make another one, just to see if there's anything else in the vicinity around.
Sure.
Or is it's just them?
Sure. Go ahead.
9.
9.
them.
As far as you can tell, it's mostly your sunlight is casting shadows behind the bookshelves and things like that.
Yep.
But you can't tell. What you do see is as you are approaching this mound of books, you step on a book, and then both of the Aleps rush towards you. And
Ooh.
we're going to roll initiative.
Ooh, damn. Okay.
Hmm. My meta brain just got activated.
Ooh, nice. I'll still go second, but that's a good
You've
roll.
got overdue fees.
Okay, well, that's not a good start.
Like psycho librarians.
Okay, let's keep the dice in the tray. Okay. Where is my pen? Here it is. Oh, hold on, that's not right. That one.
Microwave.
Okay, Tonk, what'd you have?
23.
Kira.
Natural 20. I don't get many of them on the my initiative.
19.
And Ayala.
16.
Cool.
Wow, I'd possibly go first. That doesn't happen
Possibly.
ever with
On a
with
net.
you two.
On a nat 20.
What is your dex, Tonk?
Oh my goodness. Dex is
Yeah,
plus
I'll
3.
go first.
Jose, it's
Plus
not-
3.
not
Okay, we
bad.
both have plus 3. Okay, rollies.
Rollies. Oh, is that cocked?
Nat 20.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Wow. Yeah, get him out now. Get him out now.
You never go first.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm not even going to bother trying to roll again. I'll just, yeah, no, roll mine.
Okay.
I'm going to bother
So-
rolling again. Rolls again.
Off the top, it is the purple tokened
The
one.
Gengar.
He is going to rush towards you, Tonk.
Okay.
And it's similar to a Death Eater from Harry Potter, do that sort of like kind of breathing in, like as he rushes towards you, and is going to reach out his hand and try to touch you with his hand.
It's exciting. Touch me.
No, touch
Touch
me.
me.
It's going to kneel down and touch you.
I don't think a 14 hits you.
No, it does not. No.
No.
14
Yeah, straight over his head.
yeah.
But as he does,
Excitement to get to me.
as he
Like
goes
5 foot
through
bigger than
you,
you.
as he reaches towards you, he moves through you and goes out the other side and starts to hold on. He was there 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, that's not going to work
25,
then.
30, and then starts to kind of wheel around. So he's sort of going like a bit of a dive bomber, kind of, and like as he attacks you, and then kind of moves through, and a chill shivers and sends down your spine,
yeah.
and starts to kind of wheel around.
Attack of
That's
opportunity.
going to finish his go.
Yeah, attack of opportunity as he leaves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great call.
Just
I'm
take a
going
stab at him.
to.
Nope.
I'm just gonna hit him with a.
Wait, why did you
guided-
roll one?
Because I'm with 10-foot range, bro.
Oh, you are right there. Yeah, of course you are.
I'm gonna just sacred flame.
Go for it.
So 15 deck save.
Oh, 15 deck save.
Well, no, it's +3.
Yeah, 16.
Cool. All right, nice. It's my turn, I guess. Then I'm assuming.
It is your
it?
turn, yes.
Cool. I'm gonna move up next to this one,
Quan.
and I'm going to say the power of Christ compels you. No, like reach out my hand, put it like in, like knowing that the other one went through me. I'm going to put my hand inside of that one and cast remove curse.
Okay. Remove curse.
So at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end.
Mm. Okay. Upon releasing this this magical incantation, you do see the Alip kind of shudder and almost scream a little bit, but no noise is really coming out. It seemed to feel the effect, but the curse is not removed.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
Like it would need multiple. Like it.
Hit him again.
Because there's a progress bar.
I'll let Tonk roll a Arcana or religion. Arcana or no, because it's not religious. It's what are the other skills? Hold on, I forget them now that I don't use them.
Religion would make sense in terms of it being
Insight?
intelligence
It's-
check.
Yeah, it's intelligence, but it's not religious. These were not made out of a
It
religious.
makes sense that it would be
kind of-
Arcana in some way, I guess.
It's definitely Arcana.
Maybe even history.
Yeah, I'll do Arcana or just a general intelligence check. One of the two.
Well, yeah, they're the same, unfortunately. 16.
16. Okay. You get the idea that while it would appear that something has transformed these
Yeah.
people into these creatures, it
Mhm.
may not exactly be a curse,
Right.
and rather some sort of strong magic.
Right.
But any other movement or anything else from you?
No, I'm gonna hang there.
Nope. Okay. Kira.
Okay. I'm going to try a new spell. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to run over here. With my bonus action. Yeah, I'm going to at second level, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Yep.
So I've got to hit it. I do have to hit it, but when and if I do, is this a large or larger creature?
No, it is not.
Okay, yeah, all good. If I hit it, it's just going to make a strength saving throw. Or else it's going to be restrained.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just 10. I'll go to hit it and I'll explain
Sure, go for it.
to kind of give it some animation as well. So I'm going to shoot my arrow. Bam! That is a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Cool. Okay. So as the arrow pierces it, you see, so much like when I've done my Hail of Thorns, and I shoot an arrow and a kind of a magical vine starts to kind of almost like apparate like around the arrow, not touching it, just kind of like surrounding it, and then the thorns kind of shoot out. Nothing really happens until the arrow rather hits the alip, and the vines kind of shoot outwards from the side of like penetration, and then quickly kind of like wrap around. So like they shoot out and then like wrap around it. So it's going to make a strength saving throw, a DC 16.
It does. It rolls a 16, but it has a -2.
Okay, so it is restrained. The target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns, so it doesn't actually take any extra damage right now. Creature restrained by the vines, or one that can touch the creature, can use its action to make a strength check against the spell save DC. On a success, the target is freed. And so you have to do that at the end of your turn, right? Normally. Okay.
So how much damage is the arrow?
Yeah, I'll roll that now. And restrained is just can't move.
Correct.
And is it disadvantage on attacks?
Correct.
Big.
And dexterity saving throws. But as you roll your damage, what you see as your arrow makes contact with this alip and these vines spread around it, what you see is the vines spread and then drop to the floor. This creature cannot be restrained.
I love how you just let him describe all of that.
I'm not going to interrupt him.
Do you think, man? It looked really cool, by the way,
like it.
up to the point that it fell off. I'm just looking at you like.
To be fair,
good
I said
call.
it was ethereal
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
You said part.
No, who's ethereal?
I don't know.
I like it though. I like it.
Restrained is more than what I thought it was. Get advantage on them if they're restrained.
The next time I use that spell, I'm not saying anything about it.
Yes.
11
11 points.
piercing.
Cool. Yeah, restrained is movement becomes 0, can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and creature have
Oh.
disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. It's a big one when you can restrain something.
Wow.
What'd you say? 11?
Yes.
Cool.
Um.
And this is the one next to Tonk, I'm
right.
assuming.
Yes. Yeah. I am just gonna. I'll just shoot my other arrow in a sec. Oh, I'll just do it now. God damn it. All right, other arrow.
I should also make sure you are just
Oh,
using
that's what
your
it-
standard arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had them in the back of my mind, but I hadn't said it yet. But yeah, nat 20.
Cool.
For a 30 to hit.
No,
I've
that
got-
doesn't hit.
30.
It's part
Yeah,
material.
I've got
Where?
5 silver
Oh.
arrows. 5 silver arrows left. Okay, double. Fuck your mother. 18 piercing.
18.
Yeah. God damn, I should use the fucking silver arrow.
I will let you know just because I think it would be relevant and you would know this, that silvered arrows are only relevant against certain types of creatures. And they are not effective against everything.
Oh, they just applied. They turned it into a magical.
Yeah, so silvered arrows
Magic
are only
damage.
applicable to certain types of
Undead stuff, isn't it?
yes. Certain types of undead.
Yeah.
But does that finish your go?
Yes.
Cool. Ayala.
So I'm gonna want to take a couple steps forward here. I want to walk up to here, and then I'll be like, part ethereal, me too. And then my echo will continue forward, and I wanna make my echo walk kind of through their space and continue on. If you'll allow
I
that.
should give you echo.
E.
Where is it? Here it is.
So I would
Whoops.
yeah.
I'm drawing on the map. There you go.
So like I want to summon it in that space there, and
Sure.
then have it walk up here. Yeah. And then I'm not sure if that triggers anything for it, but I want to make my attacks after my echo moves out of the way.
Go for it.
First attack is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Second attack is a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
First
Nice.
one is 9 damage, and second one is 8 damage.
Cool.
And that is my turn.
Cool. Okay, finishing Ayala's go. The Alip in front of Tonk and Ayala. What you see is this Alip opens its mouth and the jaw dislocates and its mouth enlarges,
God.
and as it releases, this is the first noise you hear it make, but it is a skin crawling howl, and it is high pitched. I'd like all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is this against magic?
Oh,
This
Derek.
is a magical effect, yes.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, yes.
Oh. Derek.
18.
Oh, shit.
Success.
Thank goodness for advantage.
11 for Kira,
Fail.
14 for Derek.
Fail. Ayla.
5 for Ayla
Fail.
and s-
Um,
and 7 for my
5.
Echo.
7 for your echo. Okay, so your echo goes down. Oh, I rolled terrible on the damage dice. For those that failed, you take 7 psychic damage. For those that pass, you take half. But on the failed saves, you are stunned.
Oh crap!
All right.
And are unable to
Boing.
move.
Say 7, so half. Yeah, cool. 3.
Half, yeah. Half or 7. But he will then also he will move through you, Ayla, and finish on the other side of you. And you also, that kind of cold shiver runs across you, although not as much as probably what you would expect it to be, as you are kind of partly resistant to the cold. But it is still a unsettling feeling to have this creature move through
Unnatural
you.
cold.
Um,
I would
As he
shiver if I
leaves,
wasn't stunned.
Yeah, go ahead, absolutely.
Toll the Dead, 15 wisdom save.
Told Dead, sure. Wisdom
Stop
save.
measuring.
Oh, you can see that. Fuck.
Just
No,
yeah. So I
we can't.
Natural
used my
20.
reaction. Goodness, bro. Okay.
That's 2 for the session so far. Cool.
And
So
then
Oh.
damn, I can't cancel them on like
This
save.
gonna take longer than expected. We should have just left.
Yeah,
Fuck these guys.
I know, right?
We go to the door, knock, and then they come
yeah.
out. They just fly
It will
right
then
out.
Yeah,
be
we're
these-
done.
the purple ones go, and the purple one will fly, hover over to you, moving
Jesus.
through the bookshelf up to your face, Kira, and will attempt to reach out and touch you with its hand.
Reach out. So what's stunned?
Natural 1. God damn it.
Goodness.
I can't do
Did
anything.
you, roll with,
stunned.
did you roll with advantage?
Is it even
She's-
with
If Kira's stunned, I'm fairly sure you get advantage.
attack rolls
on
against the
attack
creature
rolls.
have advantage? Yes.
Wait, what? Ayla's
Yes,
stunned.
you are correct.
Kira's
Everyone's
stunned.
stunned except
Everyone's
me.
stunned except Tom.
Oh,
Incapacitated, can't
Stunned
move.
is a stunned creature is incapacitated,
Yep.
can't move and
Speak
can only speak falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls have against the creature have advantage.
incapacitated. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
welcome, by
I
the
can't
way.
take actions
you.
or reactions.
That's why I did that. Come on, man. I know. So I rolled a 13 with a +6 to hit, so for a 19.
Fuck you.
So
Oh, fuck off.
I rolled pretty bad.
I
you
can't
take
take
14,
actions.
14 points of psychic damage.
Can't take actions or reactions.
But the creature then stops in front of you after touching you and blasting with you with this psychic energy. It will then finish its go in front of you. It will then be Tonk's go.
I'm gonna run over to Ayla
Mm-hmm.
and cast Lesser Restoration.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That
I
clears your
believe
stun.
clears this. Oh, hang on.
It's any condition, right?
It's paralyzed actually, or poisoned.
I thought it was any condition.
No, your creature. You touch a creature and can either
End
can
on
either
disease
one
or condition. Yeah, condition
Oh,
affecting
okay,
you.
cool. No, but
Oh
the
no,
condition
sorry.
Can
You're
be
right.
blinded.
Blind,
deaf,
deaf, and paralyzed or poisons. Yes.
It doesn't say can only. It just says can be. Is that stunned? Is stunned included in that, or is that more?
No, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. All right, cool. Never mind. Then. I would know that.
Yes, you would know that.
So in that case, I will cast detect magic.
Yep.
Specifically looking for a magic tome / scroll on the ground.
Absolutely. And it is quite visible to you because you are only a few 15 feet or so away, right there.
Was
I'm
the one he
gonna-
stepped on?
I'm gonna
The
run.
one he stepped on.
I'm gonna run to it
Damn,
and pick it
dude.
up.
Absolutely. You successfully pick it up.
All right,
You have
I'm holding it now.
you have a
That's the
basilisk
end of my
thing?
turn.
That's your turn.
I think I don't think
You still have an action. You didn't use an action.
I did. That's detect magic.
Oh, detect magic. Sorry, yes. Yep.
Bonus actions. No, that's detect magic is a spell. No, that's all I'm gonna do. That'll be me.
Cool. Kira.
I can't do anything.
You do get to save.
So I don't get to use my action or reaction.
Yeah,
Hold on.
literally-
And it's
literally
stunned.
nothing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're just. It's just stunned until the end of your next turn. So no, never mind. So at the end of your turn, you are not stunned anymore.
Oh, can I get? I can't use because I can still speak. Can I tell Derek to do something as a
It
bonus
says can
action?
only speak falteringly. I don't know what that means.
And Derek's stunned too.
Derek is also stunned.
Yeah.
Both of your
Totally.
stun finishes at the end of your turn. So
Everybody's stunned except me.
Right. Okay. I'm no longer stunned.
cool.
Lame.
Ayla,
I'm also stunned.
you are also stunned.
I'm giving
Can
this,
I-
I'm giving this thing that flew through me the side eye though, for sure.
Can I use my bonus action? Wait.
Nah, so it finishes at the end of your turn. So
So I literally can't do anything.
correct.
That's the stunned. Stunned is broken.
It's
Well,
very
that's yeah.
stunned.
That's
Stunned is crazy
Um,
good.
Okay.
to be fair. It wasn't a very high DC to pick.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, if Ayla, it will then
Was
be
it one off Derek rolled? Rolled a 14.
yeah. The Alep will then have his go against you, Ayla. He is actually going to lean towards you and get quite close to you. And instead of this loud screeching howl, it's going to be a orchestra of whispers coming from all different sides of you as it kind of almost surrounds you with its ethereal wispy form. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Dissonant whispers.
No, this is something
ah.
else.
I was reaching out to give it a hug and still it started saying creepy shit.
Do
to me.
you, as a DM, like as a rule, like, do you have to say what you're casting?
I think I do it at the end after the save is made.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Oh, in the box, please. 13.
13 is a fail. It casts Whispers of Compulsion.
Convulsion.
Yeah, compulsion. And the other one it used it's just called Howl.
Cool.
So unless I say it, like obviously in the like description,
No.
but yeah, it uses Whispers of Compulsion. You take 10 points of psychic damage. And on your turn, must use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against one creature of the Alep's choice that I can see. That would be Tonk.
Makes
It
sense.
can use
'cause I've
its
picked up a book.
reaction to make me.
No, you have to use your reaction. Sorry, you have to use your. It's weird because it says each target and must use or take 2d8 psychic damage and must use its reaction to make a melee weapon attack against one creature of the Alep's choice that the Alep can see.
But I can't.
So I'm assuming you
move as
can't
a
do that.
reaction.
Be in range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so does that mean that you just can't do anything? Or you don't do
Maybe-
anything on your turn?
Maybe in my direction. So like,
I mean,
it's
if
used.
anybody
it's used
moved
Ayala's
inside
reaction.
that, I would have to use my reaction until my turn, right? That's the way I'm
Yeah,
like,
That
Yep.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes
Yep.
sense.
correct. It's like holding your action, I guess, until your turn.
Cool. And we wouldn't know that either.
no.
No. Okay, but that will finish his go. Actually, he can move, I guess. Although, yeah, and you can't use your reaction. Yeah, he'll move. And he'll actually move over to you, Tonk, moving over here.
Cool.
With-
Um,
Never mind. Say that.
that's his go. It will then be the purple one. The purple one is going to do the. Oh, I need to see if he is he's the one that. Yeah, he does. He get his? No, he doesn't. The purple one is going to do the same thing to you, Kira. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Come on. I rolled a 2.
Please use your reaction to attack Ayala.
So with an arrow.
Yep,
Wait,
No, it's
melee.
melee. It's melee. You said melee before.
I did say
Ah.
melee. God damn it!
Woohoo.
Okay, that's fine. But you take 2d8 psychic damage.
Cool.
Oh, I rolled a 10. That's unfortunate. Oh, these are the wrong dice I've been using. Hold on.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Each of
get those weighted
you-
dice out of here.
No, I was using the d10s and instead of d8s. Oops. Everyone can heal.
My God.
Ayala, you heal 5. You other two can heal 2 points. I'll just take it. Take that.
I only took 3 on the how.
Yeah, only because you took half damage. So heal 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I scored pretty well. 12 points of psychic damage, Kira. Naturally on that one. So just take that down to 10, I
Hang
guess.
on a minute. So you originally said 10,
Originally said 10. Okay, so drop
and then
that.
you said heal 2, and then I put, so I'm going to take 2 back off. That was,
Yep.
So 10.
Yep.
We'll say the original 10.
Just rolled better with the lower number dice.
I did roll. Yeah, I did. I
Lol.
rolled 2 2s on the first time I did it. So yeah, because it was 4 plus. Yeah. But that will finish his go. It'll be Tonk's go.
Oh, fucking save for shit.
Is he's going to stay there too? By the way.
He's yeah. No. That was the one against Kira. He's staying there.
Yeah. I'm going to. I'm going to try cast. Oh wait, do I have to spell magic? I do. Cast Dispel Magic on the book.
Okay. As you take your hand and you place it on the top of the book and cast Dispel Magic, a large rush of wind emanates out from the book and it blows almost like a creature enveloping these two people gets blown away. Like the wind pushes the smoke off them and clears them, and these two Aleps that are standing in front of Kira and Tonk are blown away, and what's left standing in front of you are 2 people, one dwarf and one human, kind of stunned and like partially unconscious, and they drop to the ground and fall unconscious.
I'm going to kick the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
Do you?
Don't do that.
Roll with advantage.
As I would cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Mass Cure Wounds.
Yeah, which is
Yep.
60-foot range.
Which is the door?
Sure.
Is it Rita or Doof?
Reader is the dwarf, and it's the one in front of Kira. Let me.
Oh, I knew that. I knew the female was going to be the purple one.
No, they're both
So-
male.
Oh. I thought
Reader's
Reader's
the
a male?
dwarf. Reader is a man.
15.
Oh, I
Oh.
was
They
sexualizing
both
the
heal
hell out of this
19.
ghost, man.
19.
19 points. 19 hit
I'm
points.
sexist.
Yeah.
He's going to heal them.
No,
you
everyone in
all-
the 16
everyone.
foot.
Everyone?
in a
Good
60,
lord,
60
19?
foot 30 foot radius gets 19 points of.
Derek? Derek's just out.
Derek.
Yeah, so
Just
that's
us.
everyone except Derek. Oh no, Derek's in
60
30.
foot radius, yeah.
No, it is 60 foot. No, 60 foot range. So I'm looking at.
Ah.
I was looking at.
Derek was in range
yeah,
at 30
yeah,
foot
that's fine.
anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
60 range or
Range
60
area.
radius?
No, it's a 30 foot radius. So 60 foot
Okay.
range.
19.
Does that make sense?
60
It's-
foot
it literally
range,
says
you can
range,
cast-
60 foot
yeah, yeah.
area.
No,
means you
so
can
the
60
range, so you can cast at a point
Away from
60
you.
feet
Oh,
away.
yeah.
in a 30
Oh,
foot
right.
radius.
Okay. Well, I'm casting it on myself and then
Yeah.
everyone around.
Okay.
Selfish.
I mean,
That's
it
sick.
reaches Derek anyway because he's
Yeah.
within 30 feet. So,
So everyone heals 19 points.
Sick.
See?
um,
Piece of cake.
but these two people, very groggy, kind of awake and I look around very confused. Adolf, the human, the one in front of you, Tonk, seeing kind of your magical energy emanating from your staff kind of diminish as the spell ends. Who are you?
What, daylight?
No,
Uh,
the mass cure wounds.
my name is Tonk, and we were sent here by
Are you still holding the book?
sent here by Bavanda Ivandu to help you in the situation that you and your colleague here had
What's the last thing you remember?
got yourself into.
And he kind of looks over the reader and sees that he's kind of slowly picking himself up, and we were doing research for Master Ivandu. We were looking up the beginnings of Gazgul and how he became and how he entered into his godhood. I don't remember what happened after that.
I'll hand him my water skin. Give him something to drink.
And he does. He kind of chucks it back as quickly as he can.
Did you find out anything?
We were reading a book, and it talked about a relationship that Gazgul had in his early life.
Go on.
Where are the masters? I need to speak to them.
I think you need to speak to
They're-
us first.
They're outside. But anything. No, well, we're going to be there to find out what this is too. I don't see any reason why we can't go out, or we can all go out. Everyone's safe now.
Fine, what he said.
Kind of as you finish saying that, Adolf is already kind of moving towards Rita and helping him up, and kind of moving towards the door, kind of slowly, kind of limping. Not more out of that he has injuries; it's more exhaustion and kind of a bit of confusion.
Nearly 2 weeks
and
without food.
as he gets to the door, he kind of falls onto it and sort of like just bangs his fist against it. Masters, Bavana, Ivandu, are you there? And you start to hear the door unlocking and kind of opening. And on the other side, you see Ivandu and Bavana and a few other scholars that you haven't seen before standing on the other side.
Tonk, do I see you? Are you still holding the book? Are you bringing it out with you?
The first to react as the door opened is Ivandu, as he kind of rushes up to the door and falls to a knee and kind of helps Adolf and Rita. I am sorry. I didn't know that there were cursed knowledge down there. And he looks back at his brother. Bavana, we must get them to the cleric now. As he gestures to some of the other scholars to start moving them to the clerics and the kind of resting area in the House of Knowledge.
Just, I mean, they are fine. I have made sure that they've come to. I have healed them, and when we removed the magic from them, they were unconscious, and we've brought them to. We would very much like all this, as while it's fresh in their brain and in their mind. I would like to have some answers on what they saw and what they read, and
We would appreciate it because we don't have much time left in the city ourselves, and we have our own matters to attend to.
but this information is pertinent to what we might be facing in the future.
Ivandu looks up at you and well, probably actually not even looks up at you, probably eye high, even with him kneeling down. Looks at you and that may be the case, but my responsibility is to these two, and I will. And before he's able to finish, Bavana steps in and puts a hand on his brother's shoulder. And he stops, and then Bavana goes, Adolf, Rita, are you able to speak now about what happened and what you can tell us? And he looks down at his brother. Ivandu, we made a promise that we would share what we had found with these three. And I think we should honor that. And as long as Rita and Adolf are okay, we should continue. And you see Adolf and Rita kind of give like an accepting nod to Bavana, and Ivandu kind of steps away and lets them kind of pick themselves up.
You said they're
And-
exhausted, but they're not like physically hurt.
They're not physically hurt, but you can see that their cheeks are sunken in. They are famished and on the verge of starving. While you have healed them of any hit points that they have missed or any
still-
wounds that they may have had, that
Mhm.
doesn't
Still hungry.
like stop
they're
the
still-
fact that
yeah.
they hadn't
No, for sure.
drank anything or ate anything
or having
in a
points
couple
of
weeks.
exhaustion
They
or
can-
a lot
Yeah.
of stuff, right?
Bring them. Yeah.
So, but they kind of steady themselves and he's more talking to the masters now rather than you three. But Adolf looks towards Ivandu specifically, and Master Ivandu, you were right. The understudy did have knowledge of Gazgul's early godhood and his early life. He had a relationship. He had a child. It did not say names or places, but it did say that the mother died in childbirth and that Gazgul hated the child for it, and and tried to kill it, but was unsuccessful. There was only one name following the child. Where is it? Why don't I have it here? What the fuck? Oh no, here it is. Right.
Tim.
Have I literally lost the piece of paper that fucking have it? I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure because I was. Yeah, no. So, okay. There was only one name in the book. Strixnor.
Spelt.
Strixnor.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's how I was gonna spell it. That's cool.
It only said he abandoned him after trying to kill him. I'm sorry we couldn't find out more.
I mean, it's probably not, but does Strixnor actually, does that ring any bells?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm looking at Evandil and Bhavana and seeing if their reaction to that name
Ooh, good call.
brings up anything.
Roll an insight check.
Ideal.
I'm more engrossed in
So not a bad roll. Well, natural
engrossed in what
19
Adolf is
for a
saying.
17.
Oh, nice. Pretty good.
There is a look of acknowledgement between Bhavana and Evandil.
There's a look
not-
of acknowledgement.
Like between the two, like they realize something between the two of them. It is not kind of like shock, like oh my god, that makes so much sense, sort of thing. It is like this makes a little bit of sense.
Does my passive insight pick that up? I was 17 passive insight.
17 passive insight.
Yeah.
No, because you said you were engrossed with what Adolf was saying.
It's still
Uh,
passive insight. Like it's like.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
looking at him, not the people behind you.
That's fair.
Did when I notice that, I'll notice them reacting, even if it's not in any kind of surprise, or them reacting to the name. Were you aware that Gazgul had a son? Or has there been a connection made around this name?
Bhavana kind of thinks for a second. We did not know he had a son. We did not know he had any relationships of any sort. As far as we were aware, most of the gods kept to themselves once they reached godhood. But the name Strixnor, we have heard it before. We had never associated with any sort of gods or Gazgul in particular. As far as we are aware, he is the leader of some sort of cult called the Parliament.
Oh, what the
So-
fuck?
Ayala would react. Her facial expression wouldn't hold anything back on that. So I don't know. Take that for what you want. Like even just like very like clocking it in her head, like trying to put the pieces together. Like what? It's gonna take her a second to like. Oh God, what?
What can you?
Oh gods.
Tell us
Fucking hell.
of the Parliament.
To be honest, not much. We know that they were involved in many sacrifices. To be honest, we always assumed that it was sacrifices for Gazgul. But this text would lead us to believe that Gazgul and this Strixnor are estranged, and if the Parliament are making sacrifices in behalf of Gazgul, that wouldn't make any sense.
Unless he
So-
simply just knows the source of his power.
Unless he is aware of his lineage, yes, that could be possible. But to be honest, in all of the text and the knowledge that we do have, there was nothing ever actually relating those sites of sacrifices to Gazgul in any way. I'm sorry,
Is
we
that
don't know.
just-
We don't know too much more about them, but we know that they are pure evil, and anyone that has ever really come in contact with them has not really lived to tell the tale, except for you three.
Well, we are quite good.
Do we tell them about
Yeah, did we tell them that we'd been down there?
the what's that, the hag talking about the Parliament
No, we didn't.
since
Well-
the investigation? I don't think so.
I mean,
We asked about the
you were
hag.
you're in the Keep's interrogation room, so who knows who was
Did-
listening? but-
Yeah. I have a question. Do you know if Never Ember had any dealings with this cult?
As far as we are aware, I'm not sure. We had no reason to associate the two. We know that Neverember started dealing in some nefarious activities, but we never thought it had gone as far as any sort of sacrifices on behalf of any sort of cult or god or anything like that.
I'll kind of look at both Kira and Tonk. Well, under the castle, we found a site of sacrifice. Did you know of that's existence? And I assume not. No one had been in there, but
I mean, is this in the Neverneath? Was
Yes.
this in the Neverneath?
yes, it was.
The Neverneath is an unexplored area, unfortunately. There had been parties that had gone down there previously, but they got lost. The magical properties that lie there just made it almost impossible to navigate. You say there was a sacrificial pit in the Neverneath.
From
What did it look like?
from what we can tell, there was an altar and a whole load of skulls and I guess the sacrificed bodies in a pit around this altar. That's quite.
An altar. Was there anything at the altar?
Was there? I don't remember. And I look at
A
Tom.
jade. Oh, like you do remember, but you're like,
While Ale is talking to Evandu and is Bavander, isn't it?
Bavana.
Bavana. Can I just do an insight check on like whether they're being
forthright.
forthright in their questions, or are they
Sure.
like, fishing for information that we might know, like a sort of like the feeling out process of like, how much do you know, how much do I know?
Are
Like
you a
that
witness or are
sort
you
of-
suspect kind of thing?
Yeah. Natural one. So no, I have no idea.
Hard to read.
Yeah, we there was this Jade Owl, and I pull out the Jade Owl.
Throbbing.
It is not pulsing anymore. To be
I
precise.
wasn't talking about the owl.
Every single
Um,
time.
As
Oh,
you
it's so funny.
as you pull out the Jade Owl, Adolf and Reader, there is a look of a kind of acknowledgement, instantly followed by that image is in the book. And what you didn't notice before, Tonk, because your passive perception is so low, on the front of that book is a symbol of the same.
Well, there you go.
The eye, not I
Of the,
thing.
of the Jade.
The
The
Jade
Jade Owl.
Of a similar looking Jade Owl. Or not Jade Owl, just an owl in general.
Yeah, okay.
Ah.
If Kira was
Okay.
holding it, then she would have noticed.
I have a 14 passive perception. It's
Can
not high, but it's not low. Just
when he-
FYI.
It's not enough to notice it in the midst of what's happening here.
when he rolls the book over and like notices that now and does the comparison, can I investigate it closer and see if there's any like symbolism? Is it just an owl, or is the owl wearing any kind of brooch or
Top hat.
amulet or a monocle or something?
Roll investigation check.
I'm very,
So,
very cagey
I-
with Ayla looking at this book.
Are you to say that Strixnor is some kind of demigod?
I
Anyone?
mean, by classification, then yes, I believe so. It is a child born of a god and another creature. We unfortunately we do not know what the mother of this Strixnor was.
Yeah,
But-
Adolpha didn't say anything in there of who this woman or any details other than was a woman.
No, it did not. I'm sorry. It only spoke of of a child between Gazgul and another.
Did you even make it to the end?
Kira makes an interesting point. At what point, what happened in order for you to turn into what we saw down there?
I mean, beyond what we have read, I'm not too sure. We read the words, we started to transcribe, and then the next thing I know, I wake up in front of you.
Can I do an insight check just in case he's trying to hold out?
Sure.
I rolled a natural one on my investigation, so no.
Hard to tell.
24 on my insight.
He's being truthful.
Jesus.
He
Holy
can't.
shit.
There is a genuine gap in memory.
Yeah, cool. No, that's fine.
So he's
Well-
confident they've read the whole book, though.
Adolph, thank you
I mean, that's not what he
For,
said.
being forthright.
Hmm.
I think it's too dangerous to continue to read it.
Yeah, I don't really know.
It's probably laid full of traps. Evandil or Bhavana, do you know if there's a way to interpret and read this without making a similar mistake? Maybe put in a more safe condition.
Well, we do have mages and other scholars that have dealt with cursed artifacts before.
Well-
I'm sure that they would be able to figure out some sort of way to ascertain its knowledge without. Now that we know that it may be cursed, we can try and work around it.
Well, Tonk was able to use. I'm sure it was quite complicated and very detailed. Extremely, takes a lot of practice to do what he did to cast them from this curse, this magic. But I'm sure he could maybe explain what he did, given enough time. I mean, because it's not the
That is a
easiest
good
thing to
point.
do.
And if Bavana looks over to you, Tonk, what did you do to bring Adolf and Rita back to us?
It's whatever the magic, and I feel like it's more magic than curse that is attached to this book. Uh, at first, when we walked in, I tried to remove the curse from Rita. I believe it was Rita. And whilst Rita reacted in a way that they felt me casting the spell, it didn't remove what the affliction was. So I just picked up the book and dispelled the magic in the book,
No,
on
no,
the book.
No, Tonk. I'm sure it was quite much more complicated than that, right?
No, well,
Like,
yeah,
I mean,
it was. I had to
it's
think
not
about it.
it
And
wasn't easy, right?
I was worried about you guys as well. But
None of us here are any sort of cleric of a god, but by logic's sake, could we try and remove the curse from the book?
yeah, we absolutely could. Well, you could have that done and then see if that would work. I'm not able to do that right now, but I'm sure.
Well, if you would allow us, we would love to, and gestures kind of to the rest of them. We would love to work on it and try and gain as much knowledge as we can from it.
Well, what I was hoping would be that we enter into some sort of a, whether it be agreement or, but the knowledge from this book be shared
Quid
with
pro
us.
quo.
The knowledge from this book be shared with us as soon as it's found out. I feel like there is more information in there, but if there are more spells protecting it, it would need some sort of a mage or cleric to look at it and remove said
I do agree.
barriers.
And Bavana kind of looks towards his brother and the remainders of the other scholars behind him, and I think it would be in all of our best interest if this knowledge is not kept to one person. And I agree, it should be shared amongst all of us, as the three of you have helped us in a way that we weren't able to ourselves, and I believe we have helped you in whatever you are trying to work out as well.
Yeah, any information, if there's anything extra that you can find out about this so-called parliament, would be very, very helpful. It's the second time we've heard this term bandied around
in
the space of the time that we've been here, which is all of 3 days.
not good standing. I
Nope.
would also caution that you maybe don't just share what you know with anyone who comes and asks. Make sure that there's someone that you know who they are, and if anybody's seeking out this cult and word gets around that they're aware of its existence, there may be nefarious reasons for them to come seize the knowledge of that you're trying to acquire.
Ivandu steps up. You can be assured that we will not share knowledge with anyone outside of the house knowledge other than the ones that are currently here.
That's excellent. I did have one more question. Why, if the Lord's Alliance seems to trust in you guys, that you don't trust in them to go to them with such an issue?
While their trust may be in us, we are a little bit more cagey about who we trust. And with some recent activities, mostly the orc uprising at the moment, we are a little bit cautious about who we are willing to put our trust in. And currently, the Lord's Alliance and the city of Neverwinter is slightly preoccupied. We would rather. We made the decision to put our faith in you three. And I think that was the right choice.
Yeah,
Oh, I agree.
wisely placed. I mean, for lots of reasons.
Thank you for your trust, and may it benefit both of us.
Hopefully. And if we find anything out, we will contact you with this. And he pulls out a sending stone.
Oh yeah.
I put it on my person,
Not in the bag.
not in the bag of holding.
Literal.
As soon as we find out anything, we will contact and relay the information.
Cool. Thank you. I guess we'll be off.
Well,
Where's the closest stable?
I'm assuming you gave him the book.
Yes, I'll give him
Okay.
the book. Yeah.
don't get sucked up.
One other thing, the Jade Owl. Would it be okay if you left it with us as well?
I'll look over to Kira and Ayla and ask them.
That was Bhavana asking, by the way.
Yeah.
Ah, the good one.
Cool
One.
Do you think? What do you think you
Honestly,
could
I
gain
don't-
from it? I think it could be useful for us if we're to infiltrate, maybe to get in somewhere that is associated with this.
Marble bar of sorts.
Yeah. Is it a matter of study, containment? I mean, what do you get from it?
Well, really, I mean, first of all, we could try and identify it and study it to see if it contains any sort of connection to Strixnor, Gazgul, the Parliament, anything. A matter of recognition between anything we find in the book and referencing this owl. Perhaps there are inscriptions on the owl or inside. I mean, we would rather have it and question it than not have it and not know.
Well, I know that my opinion probably goes as far as anyone could throw me, but I don't think it's wise to leave two significant artifacts in the same place. Maybe we take the owl and we swap at some point. I vote, and I'll look at the two of you. I vote that we take it with us.
I mean, I don't think we're going to glean any additional information from keeping the owl. I know that much. They can certainly find maybe at least something out. Worst case scenario, if we think we need it, we come back to get it. I know it's a little bit out of the way depending on where we are, but I think I'm going to vote to leave it with them. Tonk, lol. Flip a coin, roll a dice.
I'm actually gonna roll the dice.
Don't you dare roll the dice. You think about it.
Sorry.
Don't you dare roll the dice. You think about it.
No, I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to work out
You
what
make
Tonk.
the decision.
I'm trying to work out what Tonk would do because it's.
There's no wrong answer, by the way.
No,
but-
I know. There is. Okay, there you
One of you will,
go.
one of us will hate you.
One of you will die.
You'll lose affinity with one of us.
It's
Yeah, take Alice fucking side again.
Tonk is going to look at Ayla and say, I wholeheartedly respect your opinion.
Ayla's grabbing for her dagger. Just kidding.
However, I do not believe that keeping the Jade now at this point is of any great benefit to us. I feel like this cult have a higher security threshold than just showing a green bird. So I'm going to hand it over to Bhavana.
Mhm.
And say just keep us as up to date with this and the investigations you do on this as you do with the book,
We will.
and let
will-
us know if anything.
we will do our
happens.
best.
And please be careful with it.
Of course. Yeah, we will. We will treat this with the most utmost secrecy we can, and we will make sure we are careful. Thank you. And Bhavana, kind of holding the book and the jade owl, will kind of thank you and kind of start to head up with the rest of the scholars, and you get led out by one of the other kind of Garuri type people of the House of Knowledge, and lead you back out the way you came in.
Cool.
But as you are leaving, they thank you again and assure you that the House of Knowledge is to be trusted.
Yeah, before they're quite like too far out of earshot, I'd be like, man, I can't believe that like we did that. And give us a single freaking gold coin out of that, man. Like crazy that we invested our time and we didn't get any money. They took our jade statue, the
Ayla, come now.
one with a monocle, the owl with a monocle.
We
like,
made a power. By sounds of it, I think we made a powerful ally.
I agree. I'm just teasing.
It's an investment.
This all sounds like their problem now. Are we ready to leave?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well,
How long did that take us?
I don't think we went down there that long.
Nah.
No, it probably
But-
would have only been maybe an hour or so.
Yeah.
So it's probably still quite early in the morning. Probably
Short rest would be nice.
just past sunrise.
To get all my hit points back.
I'm so hungry. Can we stop somewhere and something to eat?
Yep. Go get breakfast. And then
Yeah.
I'd like to jump on a couple of horses, I reckon, and get traveling.
Yeah, very good.
Literally hit the hoof beat.
We could probably hire what, 2, because then I could just ride on the back of Ayla or Kira's, yeah?
Hell yeah, you can ride on my back.
Just right on Derek.
I could just ride on dirt.
True.
And the other 2 could ride on a horse. That's very true.
Anyway, you didn't hear that from me.
D10.
We did. When someone asks, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna tell them.
But so are you heading back to Eric's house for food, or like for a long rest?
Nah,
short
I
rest,
think
or-
we're just-
or you just-
Do we-
I don't think
Do we
I
need a short
can.
rest? Somebody need?
I don't need a short
Me.
rest.
Did
Did you not? I healed you 19 points. How much damage did you take?
It was
A lot
Yeah,
more than 19.
yeah.
Really?
She was low.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
All
down
right,
to
we
like
can take a short
20.
rest. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can take a short rest. That's fine.
Can we do that while we're stopping at a pub on the the outskirts of town
Okay.
before we leave? Before we head north?
I used two hit die.
Cool. So,
Back to 4.
you guys, it takes you a while to probably find where the stables are because you guys are not familiar with Neverwinter. But you ask around a little bit and you find that the Sean the Cool stables are where you are able to hire horses. And you are able to hire 2 horses. It will cost you 20 gold.
I'll cover both.
Oh, I've got a lot. I haven't spent much.
I haven't spent much either. That's why I was offering. to cover both.
20 gold in total, 10 each.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I'm broke as
Oh,
fuck.
I mean, I'll get one at least if you want to do one.
I have
I am-
nearly.
I am riding Derek though, so I'm more than happy to pay for both.
I've nearly got like 1,500 gold. I don't know how
Yeah,
much you have.
I mean, y'all are
not quite that much, but I have
Pretty thrifty.
900,
well, in that,
635 all up.
well, in
So
that case, these
I'll
horses
get
are
both.
these horses are gonna cost 300 or 400
Jeez.
gold. I'll pay for them if you guys wanna,
So you guys managed to hire a couple of horses
Pay me
and
back over time. Don't.
head out of Neverwinter. I'm assuming towards Lascan.
yeah, I also give Ayala 200 gold. Just so she's got-
no.
No, yeah, just in case we get separated at some point and you need something. So
I
you've got
mean,
200.
there's things I can
200
do
gold.
to make money, sir.
200 gold.
Ew.
I will
Again,
ask
this is
a
a
question
spear.
towards the group.
Wow.
Who knows how to get to Lascan?
Yeah, not me.
To the north.
So upon realizing,
Follow the
Follow the
trail, the signposts.
Can I smell
Okay.
Elric? Can I try?
Wow.
okay, very well.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
We would ask.
Wait, what are
her,
you? Why are
like-
you inviting me to a Discord server, Joel?
Did I? Sorry, yeah, I was turning you up and I clicked something. I was like, sorry. I was like,
Just
what do I
invited
do?
Just invited me to Chewy on Crayons.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We'll take a break there.
Don't accept. I'm not even in
No,
it anymore.
I'm in it. Like I'm already in it. It's fun.
Oh wait. Oh, it is the one I'm in. Yeah.
But you guys are on your way to Lascan.
Go.
Yeah. I don't think I've been there before, but
We'd have an idea of where to go, surely.
like with tracking.
Didn't we come
mean-
from the north? We came from the
Yeah.
northwest. Ayla and I came from northwest, didn't we?
Nope.
No, we
You
Okay,
came-
sorry.
in,
Northeast,
came-
sorry.
You came directly
northeast,
west.
but we
Oh,
went.
directly west did we? Okay.
We went kind of
Pretty sure.
southwest and went straight to Neverwinter.
Mhm.
I think I'm like north.
Nope, you came
West.
southwest.
I came southwest.
Pretty sure.
No.
Pretty sure.
You came.
on,
You
let me
came
open
from
it.
I'm
the
s- I think- I think
southwest, or
I-
you were from.
I'm
the
from
south?
southeast, I think.
Or is it
East, but-
southeast?
I think
So
because
you
I
came-
said when
Oh,
I
it's
explained
east.
it to
Sorry,
you
sorry.
guys-
Yeah, sorry. Both of you came from east and southeast.
Well, west is the
Yeah.
ocean from where we're at now.
When
So
Yeah, when I
Yeah,
explained
sorry.
it to you guys, I think I said I'm from Mithdrana, it's deep west, and that's just water. I meant
Yeah,
east.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, correct.
never eat soggy Weet-Bix. Yeah, east.
did you say?
I literally have to do that.
Did you say west?
I love that.
Never eat soggy Weet-Bix.
I
In the
don't
west.
know what the hell that is.
Weet-Bix. You don't know what Weet-Bix are?
No, they wouldn't have Weebix over there.
I don't have
bro.
Weebix in America.
Wheat biscuits.
We have
They have Wheaties.
Yeah, they have Wheaties. Wheaties.
wheat thins.
Oh, like the flakes, flaky kind of.
Mhm.
Imagine that just but in brick format.
Oh God, that sounds awful.
Actually, that's
Very drying.
that's UK. I think have the wheat bricks.
So Stone Stand is based almost literally
Straight east.
like the
directly
driest-
east
Yeah.
from
Brick
Neverwinter.
of
Maybe
dry
slightly
cracker.
north, but it
Ah.
is.
Barely.
Yeah, cool.
Mm.
And Mithranos is like
With Drenal.
way down.
Who's
Did
from
you
Mithranos?
lie to us
That's-
where you
is
were
that where-
from?
Mithdrana.
Is that what you just said?
What'd you say?
I said that when I told you guys where I was from, when I like had kind of decided, I said that it was west, but I meant east.
Oh, it was a mistake, not you lying.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm just.
I mean, you would know that direct, like west of where you were was water. So,
I mean, AL ain't no
I
shit.
mean,
All right, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm on a snack.
I'm doing some farming already, so these potatoes aren't going to plow themselves. Just driving over them. Why am I not? Oh, I'm full. Oh, that's what it is.
yeah, it's all the way over there.
I'm on like 60%, I'll be fine. I couldn't actually use the adapter, putting it into it and then into it didn't work, so I've just got it directly. So I'm just using monitors. And my other USB-C, I think it's just something in it. I think because they're magnetic, and I think there's something metal in there. I need to like scrape it out.
Dead set looks like I'm filling this trailer up with Cocoa Pops. No, tell me I'm wrong here. No. Oh no, this is one here. Wait, what? Screens.
God, this map is huge.
Look at those. They look like Cocoa Pops.
Eh?
Look at my stream.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. They look like Cocoa Pops.
Yeah. Mm.
Aren't you missing?
Well, technically, no. It does look like that way, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Look at my retard work it did. That wasn't me that went through like over there and did that. It was
One of your workers.
one of my workers that I hired who's AI.
Just drove through the middle of the freaking thing.
Just drove through the middle and just hoovered it all up and made a mess.
Seems inconvenient. Triggering at the least.
Look at that. Like, what are you doing? How drunk do you have to be to do that?
You missed one row.
I did miss a row. That's so annoying. This thing turns like the QE2.
Would it not be easier to do like big squares as you slowly move you in?
Like mowing your lawn.
Yes, it would be easy, but they don't do that. They just go back and forth.
Wait, are
and
you just
if you
watching
don't
this
set
guy?
them, no, I'm doing this myself now.
Oh, okay.
This is me. That's my guy. This thing looks insane.
Get them taters.
Oh. The only problem with doing it in a big square, Ben, is that these things aren't exactly easy to maneuver.
Yeah, especially I imagine if your field was like tied against a fence or something like that, it'd be hard to get stuff that's in the corner.
Mm. See, Ricky Fowler's leading the Rocket Mortgage Open.
I did see.
Yeah. He tees off in 20 minutes. This is actually like driving a houseboat. It's ridiculous how badly this thing turns.
Wait, in the waiting screen, does this book say not the Oswalds? What does that mean?
I have no idea. I just picked it because it looked cool.
Oh, thought you were giving us
Well, it's Lord of the
subliminal
Rings, isn't
messaging.
it?
No, I just picked it because it looked cool.
No, I got Tauron in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but not. It doesn't have Oswald.
Font.
Yeah, the
Oh, no.
font is Lord of the Ring-ish.
Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings. It says Talron.
Where?
I'm looking
Oh,
at it.
there. Oh, there. Tauron. Is that even in Lord of the Rings?
No idea.
I don't think so. No, it's not.
Oh, I don't know. It's Lord of the Rings text. How dare they use Lord of the Rings text for something that's not Lord of the Rings?
But I imagine if you were doing that in real life, you would never go get that little thing of potatoes you just did because it would cost you probably
No.
like 8 times as much in fuel as it would the potatoes.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. But I'm just, there's no way I'm leaving those potatoes. It's just drive me insane.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh,
No, it's uncanny.
You duding me?
I love you too.
Oh, fuck off. Get out of here with your fucking toxic masculinity.
Who said it was? Dude, how is that toxic masculinity that I'm telling you that I love you?
Oh, I thought you were mocking me for saying it. Like,
No, 100%
love
was.
you too.
I just turned it around.
You love me 3. Who's got a stream going?
Me, I'm
James.
fine.
Showing off his tater patch. No big deal.
Not even my potatoes. This is the thing. I'm doing it for someone else, but I get paid for it. Except it's taking me like all day to do it.
Are there? Is this offline?
Yeah, it's offline. Yeah, but there is a multiplayer version if you want to do. Probably or do it. Probably all have your own farmland and just do random stuff.
We should build a farm together.
We should have a farm
Hell.
together.
Hey, oh yeah,
Start a
brother,
country.
let's get it.
Start a country band.
That sounds awesome.
I want to
mate.
run
I'd love
the
to do
greatest
that.
beef farm in the country, brother.
You can do
Minecraft.
beetroots.
Hell yeah, you can, dude. Like where
man.
I live up here, they have sugar beets that they like grow for sugar. Obviously.
Fair enough.
For beating.
Okay, we're good to go.
Yep.
All right. So, having left Neverwinter, heading north to Luskan, can I have someone roll a survival check, please?
Yeah, the fucking elf.
No,
Yeah, the elf
no,
should.
No, I got this. -2, I got this.
Bitch. Please God, no, don't let him do it. Don't let her do it.
Watch him roll on that.
Survival.
Yeah.
23.
23.
Nice.
Not necessarily knowing the way, but just generally knowing that you can stick to the coast and kind of head north is enough of a direction for Kira. And you manage to save probably a little bit of time off your trip because this trip is probably going to take 7 to 8 days.
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
So, kind of
Even on
managing
horses,
the
huh?
first part,
I thought
you
it was 3.
Nope.
Nope. It was 3 days from Fandelver to Neverwinter.
I thought Elric was like 3 days ahead of us and he would just be getting there as we left. I thought that was what we said.
Or maybe it was. I can't remember. I thought I just mapped it out.
It's
I
a
just
week now.
mapped it
It's a
out there.
week. It's fine. Yeah, it's a week.
It doesn't really matter. We
It
would
does,
be
yeah,
slower.
correct. It doesn't really matter.
We would be slower than Elric anyway. Although we are on horses now.
Nimble little.
This is true. But your first day of travel is uneventful.
Good.
Actually, in addition to your survival check, actually roll another D1. Roll a D100.
D100. I'll do this one.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I rolled 2 10s rather than a 1.
You can still work with 2 10s.
Oh, no, because I didn't know which one was my 10 and which one wasn't.
You just pick.
Yeah.
You should pick before you choose, but yes, you can do it with 2 D10s.
Big pretty roll.
15.
15.
That's very low.
I'm a little disappointed you were so eager for that.
Ooh, that's interesting. So on
Take
your
that.
second day of travel, as you are following the high road up to Luskan, you see a pair of soldiers on horses moving towards you, where they flag you down and kind of stop you
Breath test.
stop you in your tracks. Halt. We just need to make sure that you are not a couple of people we are currently investigating. And he pulls out a wanted poster and holds it up to himself and kind of inspects the 3 of you, looks you up and down. Where is it you're heading?
Who wants to know?
There's a look of kind of like,
Our business is our own.
That may be the case, but we are city guard of Luskan.
Ooh,
Are
we're on
you
our way to
heading? Are you heading in that direction? We are just trying to ascertain and who is traveling the high road and what it is being used for.
Is the
It's
wanted
50%.
poster like is that visible to us?
No.
Oh damn.
I think I probably saw some of those criminals. Can I see the pictures, please? Maybe point you
Very
in that
well.
direction.
And he turns around and shows you.
What does it look like?
Nice.
It does look familiar.
Is
Elric, isn't
it
it?
Elric?
It is not Elric.
Oh no.
Oh,
That would be funny though.
is it Derek?
Looks familiar though.
Looks familiar to who?
Actually, no, you never saw his face. It doesn't look familiar, but the name looks familiar.
And the name is.
Ayano.
Oh,
Oh shit!
who isn't looking for that guy?
Ah, yeah, okay.
No, we don't know.
Is
him.
there a
Sorry.
rat on the wanted poster as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who's from Lost Island,
Um,
huh? Or he's wanted.
No,
in Lost
not
Island.
from Luskan. We are just genuinely looking for, and the Lord's Alliance has a bounty out for him.
Well, and I'm gonna pull
Tonk,
the
show him the bar.
yeah, show them. Oh no, Ayla's got the bar.
No, I gave it back.
Still?
Oh, you gave it back? I thought you took it. I'm gonna pull it out and show them. We are members. We are in cahoots with the
Aligned.
Lord's Alliance. So
Coots just such a wrong word.
in
Uh,
cahoots.
I know, but Coots is always used in a negative sense. Oh, I see. Very well. Well, I'm sure if you are working with the Lord's Alliance, then if you obviously you see this person, please let them know.
Oh, don't worry.
Um,
Their name rings a bell.
Yeah. Well,
But you do now know a rough image of what Ayano looks
Of
like.
what Ayano looks like. Nice. It's pretty handy.
But they send you on your way, and you keep heading north.
Before they leave, quickly ask them what's the fastest road to
oh, I thought you
Luskan.
never asked.
Luskan.
They do give you directions to Luskan, and they tell you to basically just keep heading north up the high road.
Thank you.
And they do tell you to avoid the right hand split in the road.
Thank you. I don't think we'd ever have made it otherwise. I'm pretty sure
Right
we've been lost for a
Now
couple
I'm
of days
curious.
Now I definitely want to go down the right hand
Yeah.
road.
Where the road forks.
Yes, that was the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. But if you want to roll another survival check in D100, we can see what happens on day 2.
Well, survival checks
Sorry,
are
day
definitely
3.
looked after by
Yeah,
Kira.
yeah.
I mean, I'll
You
take
guys
one
can-
if
Crub
if
should
we
roll
need-
the 100.
I want the survival check, man.
Oh, nat 20. We're at 28.
Okay.
Whoa.
Where's my D100 at? Hold on.
Good
I gotta get the
Lord.
right D100.
Save those.
Why did I not get it out? Okay, here we go. Three.
On a D100.
3 on a
three.
D100. Oh, man. We're like fire dragon. Ancient fire dragon.
Yep.
Oh, brother.
Right?
Well,
Yeah, 0, 0, 3.
Yeah. When Ben said that we were gonna like die to a dragon, he didn't mean tonight, brother. Come on now.
Wait, if you got 0, 0, 0, that would have been 100, right?
No, 0.
0 on a 100 is 10.
Or is it?
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So 001 is 1, 000 is 100.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's close to 100, but
Wow.
almost-
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also-
So you were so
fine.
close, you went all the way back
Yeah.
around to the end.
Wow.
Um,
That would be the closest that any of us have got.
to be fair, I'm just using like a massive table of like interactions.
Mhm.
But
Yes,
anyway,
I like that.
on your third day, Kira manages to.
Can before
It's
we
not.
Stick to the road, as they said.
Yeah, these travel the survival checks are not just about kind of making your way correctly. It is about
Geographical.
knowing when you should be resting, knowing when you should let your
I also-
horses
Horses
rest,
rest,
things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I also have
so-
like a trait that I can forage for like I think 4 to 5 people
Yeah,
in an area. Like I can get food. and
exactly.
stuff.
Nice.
So
Find
those
food.
survival checks are not just about kind of the A to B. It's like
Yeah,
kind of your
survival.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the middle when you're
Literally,
resting.
yeah.
But on your day 3, as you're kind of sticking to the trail, you see a wagon being pushed by an older creature with a hood on.
Older creature.
As you are getting closer, Kira, you notice first that there is a
Are you sure?
beak poking out of the
Is that a
hood.
beak?
Yes.
It's my bird character. It's Kakarot.
It's a kingu.
Good day.
As you start to move closer, and kind of almost getting parallel with it, the Kenku looks up and kind of creaks its head at the three of you passing, and then stops for a moment, not saying anything, and then looks back at his cart and kind of gestures with his wing.
Oh,
What? Like
Yes, like showing his wares, kind of.
oh, look at the
Yeah,
wares.
yeah, for sure.
Is it like other kinku heads?
you want to watch?
And we
Hanging
see his
from his
bird
fucking-
penis.
You want a sundial?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Don't buy us. We're fakes.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Okay.
Oh
you
no.
You definitely don't have to make fun of me. Like that's just the way I talk.
Well, yeah, talk.
Oh.
I love it.
Excuse
It's awesome.
excuse you.
think-
We're
I
on our
think-
way. We're on our way to Las
Would we
Palmas.
know? We would know about kinkus, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're not.
I-
they're not a common race.
No, yeah.
But yes, there's not many races that you don't know about.
Yeah. Ayala, they aren't making fun of you. This is how they communicate.
Oh.
How we communicate.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
What are you selling?
Selling.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the wares. What are the wares that are
So you
Or that
see
they're trying to sell.
in the back of the cart a small crate of vials. You see various cloaks and different types of like hooded clothing, things like that. And in one corner, you see a variety of different types of dried meats.
Ooh.
Can I inspect the cloaks? Do I?
Sizes? Do they have my size?
Do they have my size?
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll an investigation check.
Can I look at the meats?
Yeah, absolutely.
9.
9.
Nice.
They seem fairly average. They seem fairly well made, but they're just general kind of tie at the neck, collared, hooded cloaks.
Right.
Like what he's wearing? The
Yeah,
Thank
similar
you.
to what. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
nice,
similar
though?
to what he's wearing.
No,
They are.
the
Yeah,
model
they
is
seem
wearing a
fairly well made.
large.
In terms of the dried meats, hard to tell what they are.
I'm expecting more for quality.
The quality, yeah, they seem well seasoned. No salt and pepper here.
Well, see.
Dried
I just
meat
mean like white
snacks.
people seasoning salt. And pepper.
Oh, right. Yeah,
It was a
okay.
joke, right?
Oh, I get you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like it. That's good. I like that.
Would I? They're not. So they
Well
wouldn't
played.
really be. Wouldn't be appropriate for like animals. It's more of a human delicacy.
Yes, you would. Yeah, I assume you. This is looking like human food. Yes.
I'll buy a cloak.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to buy a cloak. Is there a cloak my size? Has he got like?
Yeah, there are various
varying
sizes.
size. Yeah. I'm going to buy a cloak too. Like a traveling cloak, is it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
On his on the little
Love cosmetics.
what do you call it? On the little like section at the front of the cart, are some like
I have an idea though. So I'll take one of the cloaks that I like maybe one that is maybe like a dull gray with some like nice embroidery on the border or something, and I'll hold it up to him, and I'd be like, 2 gold.
as you do, he goes, and this is on the front of the cart. You see little kind of colored markings of
Free.
no copper, silver, and gold. And he goes, gold, and he taps 3 times.
And I'll be like really proud of myself, and I'll like take out 2 gold and give him 2 gold. But not at all understanding what just happened, right? Like, yeah.
I'll flick in the third piece to it.
There's almost like a section of like he starts tapping your feathers, gold, and then you give him the extra.
Yeah.
I'll give 3.
I want to go buy a couple
Questions?
of vials as well. Yeah, a couple of the vials that he's got. So as well.
I'm going to put the cloak on straight away.
Sure.
Excited.
So
You disappear.
as you look at these vials, they have kind of like a shimmery look to them.
Ooh. Is there like a couple of different colors, or are they all the same?
They are different colors, all of them.
Okay. How many different colors are there?
It is a batch of 9.
Can I buy one of each?
One of each.
One of each.
There's only 9
Oh, there's 9.
total. Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
one
a
batch of 9,
Correct.
and they're all different colors.
All different colors.
Well, I mean,
so there's
I got them all, right? Like it's like a Pokemon.
yeah. I'm literally gonna buy all 9.
I'm assuming they'd be a
You're
bit
buying all
expensive,
9?
right?
I'm gonna buy all 9. Provided I've got the gold for it.
He pulls out, and it is it's like a small parchment piece that says that's written on it 250.
250.
Yeah.
Okay. I give him
All of them.
200. I give him 250 gold.
Or
And
each.
as you go to take them, he grabs them, pulls out one, and gives it to you.
Oh damn! Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Can you? Are you able to tell me what they do?
They do.
They do. Strong.
Strong.
Which one? Point at which one is strong.
He just genuinely does a 1.
Oh my God. Healing?
Healing.
He has no idea what they do.
Your
Oh, yeah.
passive insight would tell you that he is unsure of what they are.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to buy 1.
Is there a blue one?
There is a blue one, yes.
I'm going to buy the blue one.
Sure.
Bitch. Is there a black one?
There's not a black one, no.
Purple?
There is a purple one, yes.
I'm going to buy
The colors
purple
are
one.
purple, blue, green, orange, red, yellow, silver, and gold. Is that all of them?
One more.
That's 8.
No. Oh, there's and a white one, like a white kind of
Translucent?
like like translucent white kind of almost.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a murky sort of white
Like
kind of color.
kids Panadol color.
Yeah.
Yeah, cloudy.
Yes,
that's
yeah.
not-
Yeah, cloudy. That's the word,
Yeah,
cloudy.
it's
Yeah.
definitely not-
I'm
that's
going to buy the
definitely not
gold
what I'm
vial as well.
Okay. So the purple and gold one.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna buy the blue one.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Okay.
How much for the jerky?
Dale's
I'll grab
Dale's
a piece of
vial
the
all over
jerky.
again.
Is it a big hunk
Jerky-
of red meat, or is it like
No, it's
manageable
like
piece?
strips. It's
Yeah,
like
okay.
strips. And she just jerky, and just gives, and just like not gives, but just puts the basket out in front of you,
I'll
Did you
take a
ask me
piece.
something?
and she'll just kind of nod her head.
Just nod.
Yep,
Well, they're free.
free.
I'll take one.
Sure. I'll do the same.
We all die in our sleep.
She puts the jerky back and kind
She
of
steals her
covers
stuff
up her
back.
cardigan and kind of nods her head and starts to
And we
move
have-
on again.
A freebie with the vials. Spent enough.
Yeah.
Bitch.
But she heads off back down
A
towards
cockle-doodle-doo
Neverwinter
to you.
and
That's
heads
cool.
off.
Tonk, what are?
Right.
Sorry,
That's
I
on a
don't know if
3
this
roll?
is
Yeah, there's
good.
definitely poison.
Well, maybe.
It's. I don't know if it's rude, but what was that?
That, Ayla, is what we call a kinku.
They were really.
They are a bird race that have been cursed, that are unable to speak, they're unable to communicate with using their own words other than mimicry.
That must make her life extremely complicated. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't imagine if I couldn't talk.
I've imagined it, but
Me not talking.
yeah.
That's what I figured.
And I just walk away.
Fair enough. And I'll get on my horse and ride away.
I'll get on my derrick and
Yeah.
You're still slower because Derek's small.
canter. Canter.
If you would like to roll another survival check and D100.
I'll roll the D100 this time. Unless you want me to roll the survival check and you want to roll a D100 this time.
Yeah.
You're up?
that'll be
Yeah?
fine.
Alright. I'll do the survival check. This is probably a terrible idea. Oh, no, it's not too bad. Could be worse.
Before this next night ends, I would like to pull Tonk to the side and have a conversation, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. I rolled a 15 on my survival, by the way.
Cool. What's the
48%.
D100? 48.
Straight
So
down the middle.
finishing the third day, not as probably the traveling part is fine. Like you travel the high road. You don't come to the fork in the road just yet, but you do make camp, and rather than Ayla managing the foraging as such, Tonk takes it upon himself this time to. Sorry, Kira.
You don't want Ale to forage.
Yeah, Tonk decides to take
They're
it upon
berries.
himself
This
to
is
go,
Derek's shit.
Yeah,
go
exactly.
look for some, do some foraging or some small hunting, and does manage to come back
Blackberries.
with a couple of rabbits, and is
Probably
is-
wouldn't be
is
rabbits.
not-
I can talk to small beasts. It's probably not a rabbit. I'm a
Right.
forest gnome. I don't eat the forest. It would be like mushrooms and
there you go. Is Tonk a
Yeah.
vegetarian?
yeah.
There you go.
Sure. No, he's not a
Um,
vegetarian, but in this case, I'm not going to eat the animals that I can talk to.
Fair enough. Although, did you watch the latest episode of
Dude, it's
Critical
so
Role?
funny, dude. I was dying
Wait,
laughing.
which one? Which
And
part was that?
so
when she talks to the rabbit, and she's
She's
like,
like,
"Oh,
"I
yeah."
have plenty of
Yeah.
animal
She's like, I want to
handling."
see if I can find some rabbits. I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll animal handling, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's really dark, yo."
Well.
That's right.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But you do, yes, you manage to bring back some berries and mushrooms and
Yeah.
other forest type food, and manage to prepare a meal at a decent level comparatively to Kira. But you have the evening to yourselves.
So I don't think I would be like overly secretive about it. I think that
Chances
Ayla-
are Kira's going to hear it anyway. So it's
exactly. Like, I
probably
mean,
just-
I know how perceptive Kira is, and even though I'm not as perceptive, I mean, I know that she's perceptive. So, like, I make fun of her a lot for it, anyways. So, I would, I wouldn't want to be like overtly, like, actively telling, like, talking in a way that I would be addressing Kira in addition to, but I also don't care to make it completely secret. So, I'll kind of, as maybe we're wrapping up dinner, and I've been kind of contemplating how I would have this conversation for a while now. I'll kind of walk over and sit cross-legged on the ground next to where Honk is at, and be like, hey, I
Hi.
had some stuff that I'm not sure how to go about having a conversation with
Oh,
you.
okay.
The last I can't get out of my mind a few things. One being that this dream state that we had
Hmm.
and the consequences of us being taken into this dream state. I try not to think about it too much because I'm not sure how I can take it if I don't know, maybe not knowing is kind of the best for now, but do
Yeah.
you think my parents are okay?
Yeah, it's something that I've been not specifically your parents, but what I've been contemplating as well was how real the whole situation was. And for me, I guess what tipped it back the other way to it being just a dream was my interaction. In the sense that what happened to me has already happened while we were going back, and it wasn't real.
Hmm.
Granted, it was pretty weird, and to see my mum again, and have that closure, I feel like it wasn't something that actually happened, and so I would say I would caution against absolutes because I believe that this hag was incredibly powerful. But I
Mhm.
think there should be some comfort in the fact that it was possibly just a dream.
Yeah, I guess I'm hopeful. I just don't want to be.
Hmm.
I don't want to let that, as horrible as it sounds, I don't want to let that distract me because I don't feel like there's anything I can do about it if it were true.
Well, I correct me if I'm wrong. I've never met them, have I?
No.
No. Do you have anything tying you to them picture wise or anything?
I don't
of theirs.
I don't have an image, but
Mm.
and my spear is leaned up against kind of like long ways on a log, like how it'd be like
Mhm.
nearly horizontal. And then like blowing in the breeze is the kind of maroon colored tattered piece of cloth tied to the end of it.
Mhm.
That cloth is from my mother's apron. Before I left, I snuck into her room and cut it off the bottom because I wanted, I guess, like kind of like a security blanket for myself. Wanted something to. I was afraid that I would forget in some ways. And I think that makes feel very insecure about that. Is I feel like that I don't care as much as I should if they are in trouble. I think
Mm.
there's lots of reasons for that. I think that it's because I do feel helpless. I feel guilty. I feel like if I hadn't ran away and we weren't put in this place, the thing that I was trying to protect them from ultimately, if something happened to them, I brought to them.
Mm. Well, I've not used it before, but tomorrow, if you wanted to best describe them to me, I can try and send them a message and see if it goes through. Otherwise, I mean,
We just won't know.
I don't know much more.
Yeah, I just keep the recurring thing for me is that, I know you said that the thing that you experienced had already happened, but
Mm.
the other two, I guess 2 out of 3 isn't bad. The other two had already happened, yours and Kira's. I appreciate you offering, but until I guess if we're ever in a position where we can maybe go over there, I don't know that
Oh, 100, yeah.
I'm afraid to know, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense. I understand that.
I do have one more thing though,
Mm.
and it's kind of along those same lines.
Okay.
And I'll take out the card and I'll like in like where my ankles are crossed, I'll set it in my lap. Does this card mean anything to you? I know that you've looked at it and we found it in the castle, but do you know anything of this card?
Is this the marble?
No, this is the ivory card that has
Oh, the ivory card.
it has an altar with arrows going from
That's
it, I
right.
believe.
Yeah. I don't know. Does it mean anything to me, GM? No.
Nope.
No, I don't know anything about this.
Well, the other night when I went to see Grinny, that wasn't the only thing that I did.
Hey, did you tell us that you went and saw Grinny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Kira kind of
Oh, that's right.
called me
Yeah,
out on it, and then
that's right.
I was
Yeah,
just
that's
like, and then you asked if that was it, and I was like, yeah,
right. Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
then we did the
Yeah.
natural 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Um,
Do I believe her?
yeah. So that wasn't the only thing that I did. I went and met someone in the Towers district.
Oh,
So
I wasn't aware that you knew anyone in town.
until I didn't know anyone, I was approached by Halia. What was that her name? In Fandelver, after we had defeated the Red Brand,
Yeah.
and she mentioned that she thought that something that I was seeking that she would be able to help me with. And so she gave me a name and a location, and from that I was a bit afraid to make a big deal out of it at the time, but I don't want to keep that from you. I'm going to continue in the direction that this group has led me. Not just you guys, but because you care about you guys a lot, but the promise of being a better me and helping the helpless is what this other group has offered me.
Okay.
But I felt really bad about keeping that from you. And I don't want that to come across wrong, because part of me feeling bad was I felt like I could be potentially making things unsafe for you, because I don't know what this is.
Oh, I appreciate it. I think. What did this person have to say?
Well, in confidence, and at this moment when I say that, like when I say in confidence, I'll look over at Kira. and then back at Tonk. They seem to be a group that is a bit on the side of the disenfranchised. They did offer me the ability to learn things that I don't currently know. But outside of that, I don't know what the extent is.
What did they say they could teach you?
Well, I'm meant to meet someone in Luscon. I felt like that was kind of fated in that there was a direction that this person I met sent me happened to be the direction we were headed. So once we get there, I mean, it's going to be hard for me to focus on anything but wanting to meet with this person. And I don't, like I said, I don't know, but once I do, I'll share with you what I can.
Okay. Well,
I'll say this, Crab.
Mhm.
When you first kind of sat down to talk with Tonk, you would have seen Kira around, but then when you would have looked for her, you wouldn't have.
Okay.
So she doesn't know any of this, by the way.
I appreciate you coming and letting me know, and yeah, by all means, let me know what happens from here. I'd be very interested to hear what they want to teach you, and whether it's an opportunity for us to meet new people, and that'll be good too. So no, I'd be more than happy to listen and help wherever I can too.
And maybe it's me wishful thinking or misguided pre-notions, but I got the sense that they would be a powerful ally as well.
Well, allies might be handy in this current climate, so
Okay.
we'll see how we go. Hey?
Well, that's a weight off my chest. I feel like
I guess real quick, what did the ivory card have to do with it?
And I'm quite literally like kind of regretting having pulled it out, like Ayla is. So you get that from her. She's just kind of sitting there looking at the card, kind of speechless for a good 15 seconds. I mean, it's the same symbol that was on this tavern when I entered the tavern. I didn't quite want to say it out loud because I don't know if I'm being watched, but I feel like the connection between this group and whatever the hell we're getting ourselves into may not be. I don't know what that means. It could be good. It could be bad. I have no idea.
This ivory card was in
King
The
Never Ember's possessions. It was the same stuff
Never Embers.
that,
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah,
that we
okay, cool,
found
yeah,
this
right.
this amulet.
Yeah, okay.
Crab, roll an investigation check for me.
15.
15. As you're looking at the card, you notice something that you didn't notice before, and it is a pair of initials.
I'll pick up the card and like look closely at them. What are the initials? And can I do
the
that in a way
initi-
that I'm like hiding that there are initials on here? Like whatever I'm looking at, I don't want Tonk to see them.
Sure, roll a deception check.
Can I insight check?
Oh no, sorry, sleight of hand. It's sleight of hand.
Oh, that's a better one. My sleight of hand is cracked, baby.
Is this against anything?
And
of mine, or
this is your perception check if you want to try and see it. It's probably actually a passive perception.
passive? All right, cool.
25.
Yeah, I'm not actively looking. for it.
25. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. So you do manage to kind of cover your finger with the initials and just kind of move your thumb to the side, look at it, and then cover it back up. Like you get a quick look at it. I will message you what the initials are.
Okay.
But please continue.
So
yeah.
I'll do that. I'll look at the card and then kind of disguise me noticing that and picking it up as me just putting it back. I'll slide it back into. I have like a leather piece that crosses over my chest, and I'll slide it, tuck it in between the two pieces of leather beneath the buckle. The card is sitting in. I'm imagining the card is like the width of the leather. It's like kind of neatly tucked in there. Yeah, so I don't know. There's just a lot of unknown. I feel like I went from living in the woods with you and having a pretty incredible life to thrust into like a literal whirlwind. Things that I don't know. And I'm not always in tune with what any of that means, but I'm trying to figure it out, I guess.
Sure. That makes sense. What's this this group called?
I was gonna make something up. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'm not ready to tell you.
Okay.
And again, in the same way that you think of it in the same way as that you casting and saving me from that dream. I get that for you now. I feel like keeping that information protects you. I will promise one thing though. If I'm meeting with them, I'll give you some vague information of how long and where. That way, if I don't meet some certain expectations, that you know to come looking for me and where to look.
Sure. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and once I know more and find out a little bit more about involvement and their intent, I feel like we can talk again. God, I hope I'm not being watched, man. Like look around my shoulder. Somebody's sneaking on me. I'm part of the mob, dude.
So after that conversation, you guys start to get ready for bed, and eventually Kiris comes back and starts to proceed with her meditation, and your third day of travel comes to a close.
I will say one more thing. Kara, you would probably notice just because you. But as I roll over to go to sleep, you'll see Ayla fiddling with a stone, and she'll be holding a small conversation. It won't last very long. And you would probably know that that's a sending stone, and she's having a little conversation with somebody. But it's nothing. It's probably just checking in. So literally, I think along the lines of, "Hey, we're headed north to Lost Khan. I've been thinking a lot about you, and a lot of the things you said. I'm trying to be more true to myself, and that's thanks to you." And that's kind of all that you hear Ayla say.
Cool. Starting your fourth day of travel and what you assume to be your last day of travel, with some of the progress that you've made over the last couple of days, we'll roll one more survival check and one more D100, and you will also have to make your decision as to whether you head left or right at a fork in the road.
I feel like I remember the soldier saying that we have to stay to the right. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go right,
Yeah.
guys. Who's D100? You did the last one, right, Mud?
I did the last survival check.
Oh,
Joel did the D100.
I got the D100.
Mm.
You can do
I
this.
just rolled survival 19.
19? Cool.
Wait, what? Oh, 14 for me. So a 10 and a 4, 14.
10 and a 4? 14.
God.
We made the Kinko again. Well, we made the guards again. That was good too.
As you approach the fork in the road, you see a older man running down the road, holding a small lamb in his hands. And as he approaches you, he's running and out of breath. And as he gets close to you, "Here, you guys take this," and he runs off.
Awesome.
Is there anyone chasing him that we can
Did
see?
he come from the left or the right?
He came from the right. And as you kind of look down at this young lamb and get confused and look back up from where he's come from, you see another old man running back with a pitchfork screaming, "Oi! Give me back my prized lamb!"
Oh, God.
This guy stole his lamb.
And he's running up to you with a pitchfork.
How
And,
far
like,
away is the
looking
guy
at
that?
you guys?
How far away is the guy that gave us the lamb?
He's dashed off into the woods.
Oh,
I'm going to cast my once a day speak with animals.
Let's
Sure.
and I'm gonna get, little lamb, what's going on? Tell me, who hurt you?
Ba 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 ba.
Batman stole me.
I'm like pointing towards like the guy running up with the pitchfork. I'm like, is that your owner? Is he good to you?
Father.
Did he hurt you?
No.
I love this voice, by the way.
I do
It's
too.
amazing.
Only 20 more questions. What? Oh man, did I just waste my speak with animals?
No, it's great.
Do you want to go back with him? You can live with me. This is Derek, your big brother.
Oh, God, he's bonded with it.
We're
already.
family now.
Where's my father?
Oh god. All right, I'm assuming the guy's caught up to us by now.
Yeah.
The pitchfork.
Yeah, he's holding his pitchfork. He's, that's not yours. Give it back.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Careful where you point that thing, brother.
Yeah, I kind of shield. Here, I'm trying to find.
So random. Why did you roll a 14?
It's very random.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, it would appear that the man that ran to us out of nowhere stole this lamb from this man, and now this man thinks that we have stolen his lamb, even though we're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I would very much appreciate, sir, if you would put your pitchfork down, and we will give you your lamb back.
I didn't say that.
I ain't dumb. I know you didn't steal it. I saw the fucker that ran off.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go.
I'm just saying, give me back my land.
Yeah, you can ask nicely.
Can I please have my land back?
Kira,
Tell him no.
give the lamb back, Kira.
It's so cute. Come on.
Yeah.
You see me whisper something in the lamb's ear, and I hit him.
Silent nothings.
He takes his lamb and kind of pulls it under his arm and starts walking back to his farm.
You're welcome.
That's not how you hold him. Oh.
It's okay, Kira. It's okay.
Oh, that was so random.
That was very red. I love that. That's amazing. That's actually in the book of
No, it's not in the book.
Random
It's just in this table that I have. Anyway,
table of random encounters.
So he ran from the.
he ran from the
Right.
right side. Yes.
Before he leaves, can I ask, if we take the road to the right, what will where will that lead us? Like, is there a city? Is there a town? Is there a village? What's?
Well, going left leads you Lust Khan. Going right just takes you around the corner and takes you down. Where the fuck is my map? Well, it just takes you back down the Blackford Road back to Rivermar.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd be careful heading this way. There's been orc trouble.
Yeah, we were kind of cautioned in our travels, and I was just wondering why.
Yeah. I've heard it. If you keep heading down that way, you get to the Blackford Crossing. Apparently, the orcs have taken down the bridge that crosses the River Mirror. And apparently, they've set up a little bit of an ambush area there, stopping anyone traveling, trying to cut the corner from Lust Khan.
Thanks.
Shorter way to Lost Con if we go that way. Typically, without the incursion.
No, it cuts the corner. So Lust
Oh,
Khan
yeah,
goes
yeah,
straight
I
up
got
and
you,
then
I got you,
across.
okay.
And then this
If you were
cut,
coming
this
from
road
the
cut-
other way, it would cut having to go all the way back to this fork.
Yeah, kind of.
I got you.
I don't have any problem going right if we want to deal with some orcs. Otherwise, we can go and see our friend Ulrich.
Honestly, couldn't care less about this orc war
Yeah.
right now. So
I feel like we're probably not going to get paid for the orc stuff, so it's probably not worth it, is it?
no, and I'm kind of worried about Elric as well. So
All right.
Old guy's already started walking off, by the way. He's
That's fine.
left.
That's fine. He can leave. I think let's just go to Lust Khan.
I'll be back for that.
Very
We're
well.
left.
So you guys take the left fork in the road, left side, and it only takes you probably another couple hours before you get to the gates of Lust Khan. This city looks considerably different from when you approached Neverwinter. there's not as many guards out the front of these gates. The walls and the general feel of this city is a little bit more structured. The walls seem to appear newer and better taken care of. As you approach the southern gate, it is actually paved with stones and is not so, I suppose, unkept. It would appear that this is of a higher standard than Neverwinter, and that this city might be a little bit more economically higher than Neverwinter.
Okay.
But as you approach the gates, there are two guards in armor. There's a little bit more of a goldish kind of inlay to their armor here, a little bit more, I suppose, flashy than what Neverwinter looked like. And these gates are open, and they're just kind of letting people in and out. They don't question you. They don't ask you anything. They just kind of are watching people go in and out, kind of monitoring this particular gate.
I will approach one of the guards though. Just say, we've just been traveling from the south, and I just heard word of a bit of a problem with orcs. Has it made its way up here, or is there anything going on in the area that?
Yes, you are correct. There is a bit of orc trouble at the moment. From what we have heard, if you take the Blackfoot Crossing, apparently there is a bit of an orc camp set up there. They don't tend to bother us as much, as you really only come to Lascana if you're heading north, beyond kind of the Sword Coast and heading up into Icewind Dale and Ten Towns and so forth. And the orcs don't necessarily like heading up that way, so they tend to leave us alone. As far as, I suppose, what we should be doing about it, we don't. If they're not interfering with us, we don't interfere with them.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Wondering where the closest Lord's Alliance building would be.
Establishment.
Oh, well, that would be in the captain's court.
Okay, thank you.
So if you basically just head through the gates, and it's actually the first set of buildings on your left.
Thank
Do
you
you,
very much.
you recommend
Captain's
any
Court.
places to stay? Any taverns? Places that we could find?
Yeah, actually, there's a bit of a smile on his face. Yeah, there's actually a really nice tavern over in the Blue District. It's called Satyrs Demise.
Cool.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Sure.
So whether he's telling the truth. 26.
Yeah, he's actually pretty proud.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Proud.
I'll
He run
smirk
it.
and kind of quickly glance around. Appreciate that. We'll probably check it out.
You should definitely order the honey ale. They apparently I've heard it's the best in town.
Local honey, I assume.
Of course.
Sounds great.
Flowers in the north, huh?
To be fair, you're not in the north. You're at the top end of the sword. Anyway.
I have
Does
what's it called? Freaking Game of Thrones place.
Yeah.
The freaking
Yeah,
cold
yeah.
ass. Yeah, that's what I
The
have in my
north,
mind.
yeah.
does
Winterfell,
Yeah, Winterfell.
especially the way you described it, being all like kind of nice stone and stuff.
know if I should ask this question to him or not.
Yeah, just do it.
We can kill him if he doesn't.
Is
No witnesses.
is Iston Igathar in around the place?
What the fuck's that?
There is a look of confusion and a little bit of disgust. He is.
Your reaction tells me everything I need to know. Thank you very much.
I do feel I have to question why, as a guard of the city, what
I
do
understand.
you...
I don't actually know him. I've just heard of him and of his. I've heard that I was actually a
He's
fond
He's freaking
admirer
trouble,
of his
right?
father.
Oh, well, his father was a good man.
Yes, may he rest in peace.
Yes.
He's a knucklehead,
Uh,
though,
But
right?
anyway, his estate, and there's a bit of a kind of yuck. His estate is located in the Yellow District.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. If we were, we like ourselves as problem solvers. Is there a local wanted list or anything that you may
Bulletin
need help
board.
with?
Yes, I believe.
Mercenaries for hire.
Oh, there is a town notice board that you can get a lot of jobs are posted quite regularly. There, you just find that in the town center. Otherwise, I'm sure if you asked,
Mayville.
no, not Mayville.
Okay.
So, I believe if you ask Soma at the Sage's Demise, he might be able to line up some work for you if you were interested.
I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your welcome.
Enjoy Lost Khan while you're here.
Thank you. As we're walking, I'll try and, as discreetly as I can, to tell both Ayala and Kira that Iston is Elric's brother.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Damn, I can't write
Also,
that down
Soma
somewhere.
spell Soma.
Damn it!
Yeah, I got that.
I spelled it Soame.
Oh, like Soma, like Homer.
Soma, like Homer would be Homer, but I added like foam. You know, like
My
foam.
baloney has a first name. It's
Wait,
H-O-M-E.
who is Soma? who is the Somer? Sorry.
I'm assuming it's the Tavern Keep.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
correct.
Soma nuts.
Soma.
Oh, Elric brother Iston. Yeah, that's right. Dad Tiva.
Tava, yeah.
But upon going through the south gate, you enter into what's called as Red Town. It is, and you kind of you understand why it's called Red Town, because all of the buildings are built with red brick around here.
Bloody idiots.
But you do quickly get the idea where the captain's court is, because
Take me to Brown.
around all of the red brick buildings, you see a kind of a cluster of much larger buildings, both in height and just in stature, and you would kind of assume that is the captain's court that this guard was talking about.
Can we check in now? Right? Did we want to speak with anyone at the Lord's Alliance while we're here? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
I probably want to find out, and I say this under my breath as well, whether Elric's still on the, on the wanted list.
Wait, why would he be wanted?
It's a long story.
right? Because we don't know that, right? We don't know anything of that.
I don't think you know that,
Okay.
but
Maybe we just check the board and not speak to anyone just yet.
yeah. See if he's on the board. It's a good call.
Sure. So you follow the main kind of road that was leading from the southern gate, kind of towards where you would assume the most kind of populated
Central.
area is, following the flow of kind of foot traffic. Eventually, you do kind of start to see a break in the red brick buildings and start to see more blue buildings, which you can now assume is the blue district.
Yeah, right.
Um,
That's so cool.
and as you start to kind of head further down this main road,
Is it
following the
painted that way,
traffic.
or is it just the hue of the stone?
No,
is-
these are colored bricks. They are
Like dyed bricks.
no, they are. You can't quite tell, but they don't look dyed.
Okay.
like they're cut
Wasn't
from a
that a
stone
magic
that is.
Made of a
magical-
blue powder.
But you head further, and kind of as you start to kind of get closer, you see a bit of a bazaar with tents and like a bit of an open market area.
bazaar.
And then moving further in, these are like shops and like little outlets for people where they're selling their knickknacks or their food and things like that. And you can see on the far side of this bazaar is two large town boards. And I'm talking these things are like 7 foot tall by like 10, 15 foot wide. They
like
are,
a New World board.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
bigger,
Bigger.
like
Oh, bigger than okay.
3-4 times the size as that size.
Yeah,
that.
right.
Like
okay.
people are having to get ladders to get to like the top notices and things like that
Cool.
to put them
I
up.
like it. I like it.
But
What's
there are two of them.
Once we get close, is it all criminal, or is it like just random people posting jobs and like take care
So-
of pigs kind of thing, or like what?
As you approach, you see the two of them, and people are gathered around, and then like you can see that there are different looks of the people gathering around them. You see one of them that look like general folk. These are farm hands and like just people looking for work, that sort of thing, like general city type requests. And then on the other hand, you see more adventurer, almost criminal looking types at this board. They are adventuring requests, wanted notices. They are tournament advertisements, things like that. This is where people that are handy with a sword or want to get into a scuff are hanging around. As you approach, which board are you heading to?
I'm heading straight towards the wanted, like
Sure.
seeing who's on the wanted.
Does
list.
anyone
I'm gonna go
need
with
some
to help 'em-
taters
help 'em
picked?
look. Yeah.
And you also notice that the one that's probably a little bit more rougher is silver. The one that is more, I suppose, general is gold. And they are respectively known as what they're called, the silver and gold boards.
Ah, makes sense.
But you head over to the silver board where you can see quite a few wanted posters, one of which looks familiar, of
Ayano.
Ayano. And you
What
see,
does it say on that? Like a
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
reward.
Descriptions.
Is there,
So
is there
it
a cost?
says-
Is it- yeah.
it says exactly what you think it would: dead or alive, Ayano, reward as provided.
Dead or alive reward. That's good to know.
We can
What's
use
the
Somebody-
We're good at
What's it
the
say?
dead
It
one.
just says as provided.
As provided? Okay.
So there's no amount on there, which is unusual because a lot of the other wanted posters have an amount.
So it could be a buttload.
But upon inspecting the board a little bit more, in one of the one of the upper corners, also
Tonkatsu.
interesting point of note: the higher the request on the board, so vertically, the older the pieces of parchment look.
Hmm.
And
Makes sense.
quite far
going first
high
in,
up,
first out.
high up the board, you do see a small wanted poster with a face that matches Elric's.
It's been up there for a while. We can
Does it-
assume.
Is there any descriptions
What
about
does
it that
it
is
say?
different? So like I know Elric describes himself wearing a hat with a big feather, and like, is he changing his appearance at all? Can we tell that based on what this wanted poster is?
This wanted poster is not detailed enough
Okay.
to show that sort of information. It is a rough outline that just says Elric, Ickathar, wanted. That's all it says.
Doesn't say what for.
No
or
cost.
Doesn't say cost, what for, any more details than that. It just says his name, wanted, and a very, very rough photo.
Elric Ickathar.
anything.
Yeah.
You said he was Elric Lightpaw.
He did.
Did say that.
So that surname doesn't ring true for us.
It would be slightly confusing, yes.
Elric, what was it? Ickathar.
When
Interesting point of note.
when I'm scanning the board for this image or a likeness of Elric, do I notice any carvings or symbols, representations of any groups, anything like that?
You do. You see a lot all around the edges of the silver board itself. You see different symbols of groups and gods. All of their like different ideologies. You see ones for Gazgul. You see ones for the god of war. One for the god of anarchy. Quite a lot actually for the god of anarchy. And you do see a few that you recognize.
Are any of them tampered
I'm
with?
gonna
or
get
messed
lost
with?
in side quests.
Like, are they?
Sorry,
Like,
what'd you say, Crow?
Are there any like defaced, like people distrusting or misliking any?
Yeah, there's
Vandalized.
probably a few that have been kind of carved out or scratched out, that sort of thing. Like just between like I suppose people that don't worship, say the Gazgul, or people that don't worship like the god of anarchy, things like that. Yeah, there is defaced symbolism, things like that.
Nothing.
Can I
like,
reach
that would be
Elric's
odd,
wanted
though.
poster?
Can you reach it?
Mhm.
It's actually out of your reach.
Can I stand on Derek and get it?
Yes, you can. It's
I
not that.
want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I want to
post-
take it.
We still have our horses too. Like, I mean, I imagine unless we stabled them on the way in.
Yep.
They made
I
it.
assumed you walked them in with you.
Yeah.
There's people with horses around, like that. They're moving them like between, like they don't really allow people to ride their horse through the city.
Yeah.
So a lot of people walk them through. Like if you're trying to exit through to the north gate to head to Icewind Dale and things, you just walk your horse through to that. So there's people moving around.
Yeah, I want to take it.
But
and-
you are easily able to get up there. Point of note, you do stand out when you do so. So
Okay.
there are a few people looking at you while you do that. You do notice.
We're gonna catch him. We're gonna kill this bastard.
You draw further attention to yourself.
He banged the
That does
fold it up.
wrong mother.
That does bring a couple of looks as you say that.
I just fold it up and
Yeah. Cool.
Is there, looking up on the board and looking at probably either board, is there anything in regards to Iston and his dealings?
Roll investigation check.
Uh, 11.
You take a good look over both boards and you can't really see anything that kind of indicates Iston at all.
Okay.
what would you like to do?
After I put the wanted poster kind of like away, Monish like just kind of in a hushed tone, just be like, I assume we all kind of thought that he would come in inconspicuously. I don't know if many people would know that he's around.
I don't.
And he
think
grew up
anyone
here. If he
knows
doesn't want to be
around.
found, he's not going to be.
No. Also, I knew that his last name was Igatha.
Do you know how to get a hold of him?
Because no, I have no idea. I can send him. I can like message him.
What do you mean, message him?
I have sending, so I can send him a message
Oh, right.
to his head.
Maybe we do that right before sleep tonight. Before we go to bed.
Yep.
Point of note: it's probably late afternoon at this point as well. From where you camped, and then getting to the fork in the road, and then a couple more hours to actually get into Lust Khan, and probably an hour while you've been here. So yeah, it's getting towards late afternoon at this point.
Yeah, I'm tired, and I'm tired of being on the road. I would like to maybe, if we got nothing else to do, maybe check in at the inn or at the tavern. What did he say? The
Satyrs Demise.
Satyrs
Satyrs
Demise.
Demise. Yeah,
We're in the
sounds
Blue
great.
District. He said it was here, so
Yep.
I wouldn't mind decompressing, having a good time tonight. Before
Let's do it.
Check
Checking
in
in.
with this Somar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to go check.
Very good. So you do have to unfortunately ask a few people to find out where this tavern is, because this is a new city for the three of you. But it's not difficult, especially in the area that you are now. It is still quite populated, and you just ask a general merchant where you can find it, and he gives you directions, and you make your way over to the Satyrs Demise, where you do see quite an extravagant looking tavern, 2-story with lanterns all out front, and has outdoor seating area.
do they have a livery for the horses?
They do, yes. So you are able to tie up your horses and leave them there. There's actually a bit of a stable option for you as well if you are staying the night there. But as you head inside, we will pick up next week.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
Lufkan.
I like
Oh.
Lost
I
Con.
like it.
I like the districts. It's cool.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I don't know that Ayla would ever care, but it's really interesting to me. Like me personally, I want to know how and why they get the districts the way that they do. Like, I mean, obviously there's some sort of segregation of maybe even if it's classist based, but I want to know, man. Where's our dwarf friends?
I want to know.
They would know about rocks, how you make bricks.
All the doors we've met have been
Yeah, they've kind of been.
dumb.
Yeah. Wait, have we?
Rock Seeker
Yeah, they were the
brothers.
freaking nerds that we.
Rocks for brains.
They would probably know though.
Ben Stokes is going to freaking win this game for England again.
In the
Just
cricket.
Yes. He's 153 not out.
Wow.
And then they need 73 more runs, and we need four more wickets.
Okay, just quickly. So, we should be good for next week with Dale back, I believe. Then Joel, you can't do the week after
The week after.
the 16th.
Mhm.
So
Oh, I think, which week am I away? And then I'm away. Oh, I'm away the 30th as well.
you're away the 30th.
I think Dale's away that week though, so that's okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, Dale's away that week, so that's okay.
okay, so we have the 9th with everyone, 16th without Joel, 23 without Dale, and then 30 without Jamie and Dale. I was thinking we might be able to do some sort of online calendar, so
Good
people
idea.
can like book in,
Yeah, like
like-
a Google Calendar or something.
yeah, days and things like that. So 9th.
It's,
So we're not
it's
trying to-
not it's not out of the realm of possibility for me to be able to do the 30th. It's just it will be more difficult. That's all.
Yeah, no, like it doesn't matter to me.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
more just like I want to. It's more uncertainty. So it's like if I
Yeah.
plan for something and someone is away, then
Yeah.
it's like it kind of messes me up. Whereas
Yeah,
if
of
I
course,
can
yeah.
plan for people being here and not being here,
Yeah.
perfect. Because then I can work around stuff like, for example, I was thinking if you're okay with it, Joel, like we can just have Kira be preoccupied with something for the session that you're gone, and the other three go and do something off the notice board or something like that.
Yeah. Well, the 16th as well. It's just that I have like an AM shift for my placement the next day, which just means I have to get up by like 5, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's like nearly midnight for you guys, right?
it's midnight for me
Yeah, it's midnight
right now.
now. I mean, we can
Um,
start early, finish early if that's better for you.
Yeah, or start early and then I just leave when I have to, and if you guys want to go for an extra couple of hours or whatever,
Yeah,
then
that works
just
too.
catch me up, like,
Yeah.
of what happened. But yeah, at this point, let's try and we'll discuss it next week.
Yeah, I think
Um,
discussing it next week when everyone is here will be easy because then we can
Yeah.
try and work it out. And then if we can get some sort of like online Google Calendar, that'd be sick as well. Because then
That's a good idea.
that way people can just book it out in
Can't believe we haven't
advance.
done that already.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
One thing I don't know.
We've kind of managed thus far. It hasn't been too chaotic, but moving
Yeah.
forward, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, especially. I mean, I'm sure it's easy enough when it's like one person being gone, but like if there's overlap and different, yeah, it makes way more
exactly.
sense to do
Yeah.
do
And
calendar.
probably it makes sense with it getting towards the latter half of the year, especially with like Christmas and like stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Like if we can work that out. Obviously, Christmas is heaps far away, but the earlier we can like book it, the easier. It lets me kind of plan stuff as well. So, all right, cool. We'll I'll see if I can get an online calendar for next week ready. That way we can just start. We can discuss it next week.
Sounds good.
Cool, man.
Coolio.
Thanks for the sesh, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job, man. That was a good one. Another good one.
Oh, I'm just glad to be out of Neverwinter.
How
Couple of
many
bombs
I mean,
there.
I enjoyed it a
Good.
lot, but so am I. I felt like I was stressed
Yeah,
out the whole
same.
time.
You
like,
guys had still had more to like. There was
Yeah.
more to explore there.
Of
It
course there
was
is,
just,
yeah.
it's a
it
city
was
of
just
city of problems, right? Like there's just a lot of
Yeah.
depressing shit that's going on there right now.
yeah.
If question, and if you can't answer, you can't answer. If Tonk didn't do what he did,
Yeah, I was going to ask, how many different ways can that end?
If
so many
we-
different ways.
Yeah.
if we just reduce them to 0, do they die as well?
Can't tell you.
Okay, fair.
There's a few different ways that goes. Whether you kill them,
They kill us.
they kill you. I mean, and they were pretty close to killing you, Kira.
Well, and
Yeah, they done some damage.
as long as they kept forcing me to do wisdom saving throws, I'm just not ever gonna make them. Like, I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
and that was
It
their whole thing. Like both of
literally-
their abilities. To be fair, one of them couldn't do their howl again because they had to only recharge on a 6, and he failed both times. but the other one hadn't used his yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all we needed to do was just use that one and it go off, and then I can pretty much do some damage.
Yeah, so like two of them hitting us at a time, it doesn't take long for them to run through us,
No,
especially if we're
and
stunned.
I really thought that ability where you attack someone with your reaction was going to be really cool, but
Yeah.
then in practice, it did not work at all.
Just because we were we were spread out. Yeah, if
It just never worked because obviously I use the stat block off D&D Beyond, but if it just says like make a melee attack, it doesn't work if there's no one else around. Like it should say
so
they use their action, their movement, and or they use their whole turn to attack the closest person of the Alip's choosing. That should be the wording. Otherwise, it's just use your reaction if there's anyone around. If there's no one around, it
I
does
wouldn't.
not.
I wouldn't have minded if you did that. Would have been funny.
so
Just like
Yeah,
a funny
I
little
was
element.
gonna
In the future, if you want to like do that yourself, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, I know.
Yeah, that'd be
Well,
cool.
if
But it's
they-
like that's the sort of thing that I didn't think about in advance. I just read their stat block and was like, "Oh, this would be a really cool encounter,"
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
being
yeah.
like, "Oh, actually, in practice, that doesn't work at all."
So what I was thinking is if they stayed alive, if he didn't dispel them, and I didn't know that was I just knew it took psychic damage, right? Like in theory, Ayala wouldn't have a clue that if she moved towards somebody, she would attack them. Maybe she had felt like this weird unnatural nerve to that might happen, but she wouldn't have interpreted it that way. So I imagined if I moved within range, then I would proc my attack or my reaction like that, right?
Yeah, that's a good
that's in
point.
my mind that I was thinking because like
Just
my
compelled.
reaction doesn't reset until the end of my turn, right? Again. So like
Well, it
I
does
still
because you get your reaction back at the beginning of your turn.
so here's the way I was thinking about that though, is because if I had silvery barbs, that's a reaction spell. You can technically cast that mid your turn. You have your reaction to use in your turn. Right?
That's your next
Right,
reaction,
okay.
though, right?
So like if I have silvery barbs, like I don't, but if I had and I made an attack and missed, I could cast silvery barbs and make myself re-roll that and give myself advantage because it's a reaction on a
Wait,
on
can
that.
you?
You absolutely
Really?
yes, you can. You have to
I-
use the second roll, but you can cast silvery barbs on any d20 roll.
Isn't it on the lower?
No, you just have
Isn't
to
it giving
re-roll.
yourself?
No, it's not disadvantage. It's just a re-roll.
It is just a reroll.
I thought it was use the
You have to
lower.
use the lower. I thought
Yeah,
it
it
was,
says
you can
yeah,
use
it
the
says
lower.
use the lower.
You have to use
Oh
the
wait,
lower.
it does.
Yeah.
Okay, well then
Magically distract the triggering creature
Same-
and turn its
But if they
momentum.
roll higher
Same-
and they've already hit and you've used silvery barbs, then that's the irrelevant part, right?
But even in a different scenario where like maybe I'm trying to grapple them and they have a saving throw, then I can cast a spell, right? I mean, maybe it doesn't work that way because it's like spell versus an action. But anyways, like I know you can use silvery barbs mid your action because you can use your reaction. I mean,
Yeah, I
anyways,
get where
that's
you're
what I
coming
was thinking. Is that like if I walked toward Kira or Tonk and got within range, then it would proc my reaction based
Yeah.
on that spell.
I mean, if I decide to use them again,
Which I was going to
I'll
do.
just reword the ability. That's all. Because I thought I was trying to find an encounter that fit in the story that I wanted to include, and
It's a cool
it took me
ability.
forever to find like something that matches the lore. And Alip's lore is that they are a cursed creature from cursed information.
Which is cool. I think it's
Oh,
freaking dope.
cool. That's awesome.
So
That's cool that that's what they're for.
yeah, that's literally what they are. So I was like, that like, it literally works perfect.
dope.
I couldn't not include it.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
No, I think it would have
But yeah.
been I mean, interesting if because Ayala is always going to be vulnerable to that type of thing, right? Like it's the curse of Yasha, right? Yasha was always mind controlled and freaking beating up everybody, which is a similar thing, right?
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
yeah.
it was the same with me and
true, yeah.
Fluffy.
Coffee.
Yeah.
You know what the crazy thing is?
Especially right at the end. The
Dude, that
entire
was
growth.
so annoying,
You
man.
didn't even that 20.
Yeah, actually,
they-
you needed that 20.
On D&D Beyond, like their actual stat block gives them a +5 to their wisdom saving throw, and
Oh,
intelligence
God.
saving throw, which is like so good against Tonk because
Yeah. It's like
I just
what-
have to roll like anything above a 10 basically,
Yeah.
and I'll save.
Although I don't have a lot of intelligence-based spells.
No, not intelligence. It's mostly wisdom and dex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But my dex was like it's +3 for that. So
but their strength save, which would have been
Oh,
dope
strength
if
save
you
is
would able to
-2.
get that off.
but the crazy thing is I can't be restrained and I can't be knocked prone. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was that's literally their thing.
Because they're
So no Vines, no
ethereal.
Derek.
No vines and Derek. So I was like, it's the perfect creature.
I was about to get Derek in as well.
Literally,
to
the
get
only
him
reason he chose
involved.
it was so that Derek was like useless.
Haha, he's useless.
Limp dick Derek.
Yeah, but I was like, these are too good not to include. And they look cool as well. I
Yeah.
love the look of them.
They do look cool. That photo you
good
sent was dope. Dude.
Good mental image there with them being on a pile of books too. I thought that was really interesting because it kind of makes
Yeah,
sense
then-
that they're
Coveting information.
How was
sort
it
of thing.
completely random that Tonk moved onto the space where the freaking book
It was completely random. Yeah,
That's
that was-
incredible.
that was the book I had picked before the combat. And because before you even moved that direction, you said, I'll stay on the right side of the
I
bookshelf.
did.
And I was like, no, he's gonna fucking walk over the book or some shit. Because that's another thing that goes differently if you don't step on that book, or if
No,
you
that's
don't.
right. Yeah.
It was proximity actually towards the book.
Yeah.
But it was if you didn't go near that book,
So he literally landed on the square.
he stopped on the square.
I
Like,
stepped
stood
on
on
the
it.
square. Yeah. On the
That's
book
fucking
that I
crazy,
looked.
man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, you can't make that shit up, so you just have to kind of roll with it and just be like, okay, well, that's what's happening.
Well, I mean, I did. I then did cast detect magic to work out what was like emanating.
Yeah, you did.
which we would have known it
I
anyways. but
thought
it's interesting.
I
that you
thought
stood
it
on
was just he just
Any
stood on
book.
a book and they were just like they were like
Yeah,
my
the-
books.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I
you
thought
know?
too. Yeah.
No,
Just with
that
the
was
whole
actual
the
book.
pile
That's
of
what
the
I
pile
thought
of
at
books,
first
it's
until
like
the
they're
end.
just
Yeah.
very protective.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really.
when you used detect magic, I probably actually should have said that there are a large amount of magical sources
Oh,
coming
yeah.
from
I
that
thought you were going
room.
to say you are blind.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's
several
what
different
yeah.
But I was too
Right,
kind of like
exactly.
in the moment of like, this motherfucker has already stepped on the book. He knows where it is, so I'm just gonna tell him. So I was like, whatever. But that room was filled with magical items.
Yeah.
That was another thing. Like, if you guys explore that room, there's a shit ton of shit in there.
Yeah.
Well,
I imagine that with
Didn't
the
think they'd let
two
us.
people that were alive, yeah, I don't think they would have been too happy with us thumbing through
Correct.
a
I
bunch
mean,
of books.
well,
we just saved their lives. I'm sure there's probably a way that we can, like,
that was another thing.
codes.
You were never getting like that amount of information without finishing that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
that
good though.
combat.
But we could have coaxed them into telling us stuff because we saved their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, you can save somebody's life, but also still
Mm.
have pissed them off, and then have every good reason to not tell you what, like, be so forthcoming. So, there was another thing about that. Oh, I thought in my mind too, like when you stepped on the book, I was like, oh, like they're tied to these books. I wonder if we damage the books, if we hurt them, right?
Mm,
But then I was like,
yeah,
I
that
don't
went through my
really
mind as well.
feel like maybe that would be defeating the purpose. We accidentally tear up the book that we need the information from, right?
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
like
You
a
guys
kind
fucked
of
up, by
like
the way. I'm just gonna say,
skate pull. I just like I get tonked.
What did you say?
you guys fucked up, the two of you, and I'm gonna say I told you so.
With the handing the
Mhm.
the idol back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going with. But you know what you think.
I know,
thinks-
like I
he
just,
doesn't.
bro, like
He doesn't
He-
know. He
he
thinks.
doesn't know.
I'm telling you.
Intuition is telling him.
He doesn't know.
Oh my.
He just thinks he's
God.
smart. There are many times I've thought
It's-
I've known something and it was
It's
wrong.
all
He'll
that,
learn.
Actually, when Bhavana asked for that, I was like, how does an NPC roll a persuasion check against a player? Like, how am I meant to? Because when
you feel
you guys
very
have to roll,
persuaded.
yeah,
No,
when
you have to say. I think you just get us to roll a d20. You just say roll a d20.
Well, that doesn't
No.
make sense because
I
it's
think
like
you did a good
the
job because you
NPC
literally
has a
convinced them. Like I think you did exactly what you needed to do.
yeah. I guess I have to be the one to like.
But if
be
we don't know
convincing
we're
enough
if
for
we
the
don't know
player
we're
to then
rolling
say
on
yes.
something,
Mhm.
then we'll just be like, well, no, we don't want to. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
because like when Tonk was going to roll on,
Yeah, that's a
do I,
good point.
don't I?
'Cause, yeah, when
It's
you
just-
guys are trying to be convincing, you roll for it. But when an NPC is trying to be convincing towards you, it's on me to be convincing and have because you guys are playing your characters, so then
Mm.
they're
Yes.
the ones making the decision.
And
Yes.
You're literally like rolling
we don't know what the end goal
Jamie,
is,
Joel.
which you always
like, you're
will,
like,
right?
just
Yeah,
like,
Yeah. Anyway, that's the thought process I was going while I was doing that. I was like, how was I even fucking wait? What? I was like, what?
Yeah,
Anyway.
and I don't know that obviously, but like I just got a feeling that like probably shouldn't have the two things that have any kind of semblance of this cult in the same place at the same time.
Mm.
But
I
I first
mean,
got to there, but by thinking it
gonna-
would be cool to have this if we were trying to pretend that we wanted to join, or like we found this
funny.
artifact and it led us to you guys. We want to see if we can help out. Like, I mean, it could be leveraged to something like that.
You could kind of say like after, like after his speech of wanting us to leave it there or whatever, and like you could then roll and just be like, you all feel
Hmm.
quite assured that like it'll be okay, or like that it means a lot to him, or kind of like almost like a kind of just default insight check that we haven't made.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And that
we
makes
get
sense
that
too.
kind of
That's actually a really good point. It'd be then your passive
Passive
insight
insight.
would that's where it would come into play. It would be like
Yeah.
your like Tonk's passive insight would be high enough to then say, and I could
Is-
roll against that.
Is this
against-
a good idea or not? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could roll against that with the
Yeah.
the NPC's stat block to say that I rolled higher than Tonk's passive insight, meaning that you don't get a bad vibe off this. Whereas if
Yeah.
I don't roll high enough, it's
Yeah.
like Tonk, you getting an iffy vibe sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that helps me
Like
for next time. Now that I ever
even
have to
if
think
it's
about
not
that.
Yeah, that does help.
iffy,
That's
is
good.
like he's literally manipulating it for who knows what reason, right? Like it could just be in the interest of educational purposes. Like it may not be for nefarious reasons. It could just be like he really wants to know what this item's about. Like it doesn't mean we understand the why. It would just mean that he has other motives to want this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's I mean, the person was just like, I mean, I want to know more about that. Like that's why I wanted Halo to look at it closer to see if there's any other symbolism on it. But like, man, she sucks.
I mean, I'm kind of curious to see
I
what
know
happens.
there's something there, but I can't see it.
Literal natural one.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens, like now that now that we've given it up. So
it's like if you're having to train someone at work, you've been somewhere and you're trying to like teach someone something,
Yeah.
and they like can't do something that you know is easy, and you're
right.
like,
It's
"Oh,
so
fucking
obvious
damn
what they're
it."
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
it's physically, it's visceral. You're like, oh,
So
God, I fucking
painful,
hate you.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see what happens.
Click that.
See how badly you can blow it up.
But again, I meant it. There wasn't a wrong decision. Yes, maybe narratively, like it could be bad, something that happened, but it's still fun either way. Like no matter what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun and
No, it's gonna be fun.
well, I have laundry to do. So
Yeah, I'm getting up at 5 tomorrow. I should probably go to bed.
You're
Ew.
getting up in 5 hours. That's
we'll catch you guys later. I'll be
Yeah.
posting the
And I'm running
video here
12K.
later today, probably.
Thanks, Grab.
Have a